Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Curtis Rogers in for Michael Bumpus today, and I really encourage you guys to join this conversation on the text line 866-979-3776. You guys know I loved a theme, right?
Yes.
I don't know why I said that in past tense. I love a theme. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It's the reason that I love Christmas. I love Christmas because it's about family and giving back and all that, but I also love Christmas because everything becomes a theme.
Right.
Christmas flavors. Everywhere you go, everyone has a Christmas playlist. The theme of Christmas takes over.
Oh yeah.
And
it's already thrown up all over our house.
Yeah, and I'm
we
just
have our tree up. We
a
have our
huge
lights
capitalist. So I just everything about me loves a theme, and that's how I want to approach today's show. Maybe because this question is an especially fun one, but the theme of today's show, I think, is going to be, can this version of the Seahawks win a Super Bowl? And we're going to be exploring that from a number of angles. We're going to be asking that question to two guests we're very excited for. Rob Staton joining us at 11, Nate Tice joining us at noon. Now, we will get to some Mariner stuff. In fact, we're going to be talking about some potential trade candidates coming up at 10:30. We are not only going to be talking about Seahawks, but a lot of our conversations about the Seahawks today, now entering week 14, Curtis. Only a quarter left to play this season. I think it's about time that we start zeroing in on what really matters, winning a Super Bowl. And that is going to be the theme of today's show. It's going to be the theme of our open right now. So what are the trends, some of the things, Curtis, that can tell us this team is for real? And by for real, you guys already know where this is going. I mean, can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think looking at this team right now, there are some big clues as to just the ceiling of what this team can be. And I think they're all mostly positive. And that is not something that I think a lot of Seahawks teams in years past, even when they did stack wins, I think about the 2020 season when they won 12 games in the regular season, they still just, it never felt like they were running away with games. It never felt like they were putting teams away. And then ultimately in the first round of the playoffs, they ended up getting beat at home by the Rams. That was probably the last really good Seahawks team, and
that was the last time I thought. Because that KJ Wright's last season, whatever KJ Wright's final season was the last time I thought they might be able to do it.
But it feels like this team is crossing their T's, dotting their I's in a way that we haven't seen since probably about 2014, 2015. And it's not just the eye test that they're passing, but also they're passing the sabermetrics test. Still number one in DVOA. Point differential, they're number one in that in the NFC.
Top 5 in points per game.
Yeah, they are doing everything that a Super Bowl caliber team should be doing to this point in the season. And not just those numbers, but also they're blowing teams out at home. They are, and that was a big thing coming into this season, Stacey, is how would this team perform at home? And they got off to a bumpy start, lost to San Francisco, lost to Tampa Bay. But ever since then, it has been blowout after blowout at home. Even that Texans win on Monday night about a month or so ago, even that one at times looked like it was going to be a blowout. The 4 turnovers kept Houston in that game. But in every win this season, Stacey, I was looking at the Seahawks schedule and just kind of how they've gotten to this point in the season. I was looking at it last night, and every win they have had this season, they have held a double-digit lead in. Now, some games ended in a one-score game, but they had double-digit leads. Yeah, but I think even with the one-score wins, holding a double-digit lead shows that they have put teams away and have made it so they don't need to panic at the end of the game.
A very good point. This has not been the story of in your wins, you're barely scraping by. In your wins, even if some of them you've allowed a team to get back into it, Arizona in week 4, the Titans, you could argue at one point you were leading by 20, and then you ended up winning by, 10? 6? Yeah. I can't remember. Who cares? But I get your point. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and I do agree with you that in their wins, they've not felt like they've squeaked wins out per se. Has it felt dominant, though? Has it felt sure? Think of a Super Bowl team and what it feels like. What does it have? Daniel Jeremiah might answer a really good defense, right? I think a lot of Seahawks fans would say that, certainly. The last Seahawks, the only Seahawks team we've seen win a Super Bowl, had a really dominant defense. Here's what he had to tell Brock and Salk about this defense.
No, I'll tell you what. There's some really good ones, and I will just give you a few just off the top of my head. I've seen Denver, and they are very, very fast at all levels. And I would give them, there's Surtain is kind of a one of one, so that's kind of a chess piece that Seattle doesn't have. But as a collective whole, I would probably still lean Seattle. You've got the Rams, you've seen them, physical they are. But I would still take Seattle. I said that after that game.
They're back in that
that's
secondary.
what I'm saying. No, but their front is real. So then you get to me, Green Bay with their front seven and the athleticism and the speed, and then having Micah Parsons thrown in there in the mix, and their safeties are good. That would be another one that would be in the conversation. But would I take any of those teams over Seattle? I would say no.
Okay, check. Best defense in football, or at least the best defensive front in football, one of the best personnel groups. Daniel Jeremiah says, check. They have that.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly feels that way, Curtis.
It does. And as we know, you have a beefed up defensive line and a defensive line that is maybe the game's very best right now. That is a common bond that a lot of Super Bowl teams have. I mean, heck, even the Chiefs, Chris Jones is on a Hall of Fame trajectory, no doubt about that. Even the Bucs, when they won the Super Bowl, when Tom Brady was there, they had Vita Vea. They had, guys that were getting after the quarterback.
I think they're the
crazy.
best defense against the run, too.
Exactly. So you need to have a stout defensive front in order to win big in the NFL. And that's something that the Seahawks just did not really have for a number of years at the very end. I mean, they were getting gashed in the run game a lot. It was just, guys that felt like, is this the best they can do in terms of adding to the defensive side of the ball? And, I mean, you're getting great defensive line play from Leonard Williams, from Byron Murphy, from DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, it is not just a one-man show the way it kind of was last year, where it was like Leonard Williams is just going to wreak havoc and that's how things are going to get done here. No, it's a collective effort right now that it comes in waves. Like, there is that A unit and then sort of even the B unit where it's, Derek Hall and Boye Mafe and guys like that. So you have to have your offensive line and defensive line built up. And I think the Seahawks definitely have the defensive line built up. I think the offensive line is good enough when everybody is healthy, maybe.
Well,
that's kind of one area where I'm like,
let's go to it.
Yeah.
Let's get to it here, because I don't think there's a single person questioning whether the defense is good. I think that if you want to have a debate about are they the best defense in the league right now, sure, there's a debate that you could have. Is defense the strength of this team? There is no debate. If I said what makes this team a Super Bowl team right now, every single person listening is going to go, oh, their defense. That's where you're going to start. That's not where the question is. That's not why this is an interesting conversation.
Right.
It's the offense. It's Sam Darnold. It's your offensive line. It's your run game, which hasn't gotten going. So is it good enough to win a Super Bowl?
To win a Super Bowl.
To win a Super Bowl.
I look at...
And add the context
Yes.
of this year.
Yes, I think it is.
Why?
And I think a big reason why is the explosive passing game. JSN is the best receiver in football, which is something that no other team has. And I think their ability to play under center and control the game offensively with their run game, I think that is something that is repeatable, whether it's at home or on the road in the playoffs. And I mean, the Seahawks, as we know, have looked really good on the road ever since Mike McDonald showed up. I don't know what it is that they're doing, but they travel very, very well. The only issue is that right guard spot to me, and maybe the health of Jalen Sundell at center. Olu has been decent enough in his time under center, but getting the offensive line fully healthy, and Gray Zabel is banged up, as we know, but getting that right guard spot figured out, whether it's Anthony Bradford or whether it's Christian Haynes, and I'm very, very interested to see how Christian Haynes plays in that spot this week. At least I'm kind of assuming that's what it's going to be. I'm very interested to see how that goes, because if it looks any better than what it's been, I think that's who you got to go with moving forward. And look, I would say the Seahawks have looked really good in pass protection this year, outside of what they did against the Vikings. But also, again, you're down 2 starters, or down a starter, and you ended up losing another starter later on in that game. But again, you're going to be you're going to go up against some really good pass rush units, especially like the Rams, potentially the Eagles. There's just a lot of good defenses in the NFC right now. And so you've got to be able to withstand that. But, Stacy, we have talked a lot about how who we thought was going to be the contenders this year are not.
Yeah.
The Eagles, we thought were going to potentially repeat as Super Bowl champs. They brought back a ton of talent. They brought back, nearly every key contributor from that team last year. They are in a world of hurt right now.
Lions don't have a playoff spot right now.
Exactly. And you look at the Packers, they've looked good at times. They've also looked bad at times. The Cowboys. The Cowboys are out of the playoffs right now, but they're trending upwards. The Commanders are not anywhere near the playoffs. We thought they were going to be a potential contender this season. It feels like it's going to come down to one of those 3 teams in the NFC West right now. I feel like those are the 3 best teams in the NFC going.
We asked listeners, Curtis, to send in some of their answers, so I'm going to throw some of these your way. Tell me what you think. Again, our theme with the Seahawks today is about the Super Bowl. What are we really talking about, right? When you're not in a rebuild.
Exactly.
When you're not in a rebuild, you're not losing, and you're not just trying to end some kind of drought. What's the goal? Get to and win a Super Bowl. That's your goal this year. You are at 9 wins heading into Week 14. You've got the league's leading receiver. You've got one of the most explosive passing offenses. That is a conversation we will get to today because it hasn't quite looked like that lately. And you've got one of the league's best defenses. Win a Super Bowl. That is your expectation, but is it a fair one? That's what we're talking about all day. So Curtis Rogerson for Michael Bumpus. Okay, I've got a couple listener responses here. Can the Seahawks win a Super Bowl? TJ in the 425 says, I really hate to say this because I like Sam Darnold, and I've been so annoyed with everyone hating on him because of his final 2 games last year, but I'm starting to get on that bandwagon of thinking Sam really might choke this thing off in the playoffs. Our defense is so good, but Sam's struggles under pressure feel concerning. I think teams have a blueprint to beat him and bring lots and lots of pressure. He might just fold under that pressure. I'm nervous. Sadly, I don't think it's this year, but if we do win, it'll be because our defense carried us and we got really, really lucky.
I don't know if every team has that blueprint to beat him, or maybe the personnel to match that blueprint, because you look at the teams that he's lost to, it's the best teams that he's lost to, the Rams, the 49ers, and I wouldn't say the Bucs are necessarily the best team in the NFC, but they're likely, going to challenge for an NFC South crown, depending on how Carolina finishes out the season. That's going to be a nice race to watch at the end of the year. But not every team has been able to slow down Sam Darnold.
Well, and I want to be able to add on to this, okay? And this isn't I thank anyone for texting in, but I want to continue to challenge us. I'm finding myself still answering this question, to be frank, and hopefully I have an answer by the end of the day along with you guys. But I want to talk about that idea of defensive fronts against Sam Darnold and the offensive line not holding up to that. I think we've got a little bit of recency bias with the last 3 games or so, but in particular against the Vikings defensive front. 360 says it's tough to get to a Super Bowl when we can't stop good defensive fronts. I do want to pause on that one. Curtis, if I were to say to you, okay, let's look at the league's top passers right now, and let me just go by passing yards. So guys that are actually out there throwing the ball a ton. Sam Darnold is 7th. Of the 6 players ahead of him, okay, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Drake May. Which of those have been sacked fewer times?
It's, I think, Stafford. Or fewer than Sam Darnold.
None.
I don't think any of them, right?
None of them. Sam Darnold has been sacked 15 times. In fact, you've got to go all the way down to the 11th passer, Bo Nix, to find someone who's been sacked less often. He's been sacked 13 times. And that is the fewest, along with Michael Penix Jr., who isn't currently playing, in terms of regular starters to have been sacked the least. Sam Darnold is not getting brought down. He's not getting sacked. Does it mean that the line isn't holding up to pressure? No. That's kind of where we're eventually going to get. But I do want to push back a little bit against the idea of, like, the offensive line is folding. Pass pro has been shockingly solid for the first part of the year. So I want to make sure that I don't think the issue has been pass pro. I think last week pass pro was an issue.
Yes.
Is it going to stick around? I don't know. I think that's two separate conversations.
Yeah, and I think also the Vikings have a really good pass rush. Like, even though they have not been able to get any sort of positive momentum this season in terms of wins, they still get after it defensively. And Brian Flores is one of the great defensive play callers in the NFL right now. So I think the Seahawks were just kind of maybe victims of a bad matchup in terms of defense going up against their offense right now. And we saw it with the Rams, how they were able to get pressure on Sam Darnold and force him into some bad throws. But outside of that, outside of those kinds of defenses, it has really not been maybe as big of an issue this year. Because, I mean, you look at Darnold's stats the rest of the way. I mean, he's not among the league leaders in terms of touchdowns right now, but in terms of average yards per completion, I think he's number 1 in the league at 9 yards per completion. Like, he's got a completion percentage near 70%. It's 68.2. Like you said, the sacks are not anywhere close to leading the league. He's got a quarterback rating over 100.
And I think it's disingenuous. So, again, the listener said, well, it's not about how many times he's been sacked. It's about pressure. When you're talking about not being an offensive line or an offense not being able to stand up to defensive fronts, I think it's disingenuous to say you aren't also implying that sacks are part of that problem, right? When your offensive line struggles, what do you see? Sacks. You're allowing pressures. You're allowing quarterback hurries and knockdowns and tackles for loss on runs. Like, those are all things that are allowed. Sacks are part of that conversation. And the reason I'm pointing to sacks is because I think the offensive line has had separate issues. There's been a Sam Darnold problem where I don't think he's holding on to the ball too long. I think it's just turnovers. He fumbles, he throws interceptions. I think he's cut down on how long he hangs on to the football. And I think they've been better with pass pro than run blocking. So I think that the issue they've had is a little bit different. We're going to get back to this. We're going to talk about this all day long, and you guys have been sounding off with all of your opinions. We will get to them. Don't worry. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Patriots won their 10th straight game last night, blowing out the Giants 33-15 on Monday Night Football. What's the real headline?
Thanksgiving might be over, but the Patriots are still feasting on empty calories.
That's right.
Now, shame on me. This team has 11 wins. Vrabel's going to get Coach of the Year. Congratulations. However, their opponents...
Yeah, leaving a lot to be desired.
Look, they're playing an easy schedule. It is what it is. Someone earlier texted in saying...
It was a last-place schedule, right?
Yeah, someone earlier, the Seahawks haven't played a lot of opponents over 500. Well, we're not talking about the Seahawks with 11, 12 wins and whether or not it's fair. We're talking about the Patriots, who are beating up on worse teams, and I'm sorry, but the Patriots' schedule is easier than the Seahawks' schedule.
Yeah, they've played in the last 3 weeks the Jets, Bengals without Joe Burrow, and the Giants. Their losses this year are kind of weird. Vegas and the Steelers. But you look at their final remaining games, they have a bye this week, a very late bye. I can't remember a team ever having a week of 14 bye.
All right.
But their first 2 games coming out of the bye against the Bills, that'll be tough. And then on the road against Baltimore. But after that, you've got the Jets and Miami. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility New England finishes with 13 wins, probably 13-4, maybe even 14-3. I think they lose at least one of the Buffalo and Baltimore games. But 13 wins in the AFC right now, 14 wins, that's probably going to get you home field advantage. And, I mean, I hate to give credit to the Patriots because, I mean, for most of my life and most of your life, they've been the model franchise in the NFL. But
they have been bad recently.
Right. Credit to them for recognizing that, hey, Gerard Mayo may not be the guy.
Yeah.
And there's this guy, Mike Vrabel, who won a lot in Tennessee.
Look, somewhere there are 5-year-old Patriots fans that don't know what winning's like, and they deserve this.
Feel terrible for them. But, yeah, the Patriots, they're a good team. I don't know if they are even if they do get to 13 or 14 wins, I don't know if they're elite.
Well,
but
what's fascinating about the AFC this year, as you mentioned, is like, okay, well, what team would you want to be like? Well, let me see them against these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, they're going to face the Bills. They're going to face the Ravens. Who knows what that version of the Ravens is going to look like? Is it the Chiefs? I don't know, man. I mean, they've beaten the Bills once before.
But
it's weird. The AFC is weird.
Headline rewrites.
Speaking of the weirdness of the AFC, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert underwent surgery yesterday to repair a fracture in his left hand. What's the real headline?
You know, something tells me the guy who had surgery less than 24 hours ago is going to be out Sunday.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. Day to day. Day to day.
That's a quick bounce back if he is back out there on Sunday after injuring his non-throwing hand this last week. Chargers are a weird team to me. 8-4 right now. In the AFC West, you look at the three teams that are on. Broncos, they've won what, like 8 or 9 in a row? They've been
Broncos and Patriots keep winning.
Yeah. Again, I still have a hard time buying into the Broncos and Patriots as...
Is it because of their quarterbacks?
No, for the Patriots, it's not because of their quarterback. I think Drake May is a really good quarterback. Yeah. For the Broncos, it's absolutely because of their quarterback.
Fair.
I don't think Bo Nix is anywhere close to being
and
elite.
the Broncos' defense is exceptional.
Yes.
So.
But I look at the AFC West right now. The Chargers, they'll probably get to the playoffs as a wild card team and probably.
You think the Raiders do it? I'm just kidding.
They got officially eliminated this last week. They're done. It's over for them. But hey, you know.
Yeah.
Headline rewrites.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. Gino, Mr. Vegas. Vegas is a better fit for him than here in Seattle. I don't think that's true. Headline number 3, after their loss to the Bears on Black Friday, Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo had his house egged by Philly fans. What's the real headline?
By what we can only assume, based on the cost of groceries, are very wealthy Eagles fans.
Yeah, that...
What are you doing?
Hey, egging a house, man.
You just threw $12 at someone's house.
I'm not messing with that.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's how I feel about people that gamble.
Yeah.
I'm always
I don't have that kind of bankroll to be putting $100 down on a random
money for
game.
that kind of problem. That's crazy. You just threw away money?
Yeah. You can do that.
I guess. Okay, we are not going to talk about the Seahawks all day. In fact, we're going to take an early break. ESPN MLB Insiders ranked their top 25 trade candidates of the offseason. Which ones could end up in Seattle? That's next.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
Intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you. Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. As a credit union dedicated to serving all veterans, active duty, and their families, we know that during the holiday season, every little bit counts. That's why for a limited time, you could earn a $250 cash bonus when you spend $2,500 on the Cash Rewards and Cash Rewards Plus cards in the first 90 days. Give joy, get joy. Join now at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Visit NavyFederal.org/cash rewards for details. Cashback terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 1/1/26.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies of all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak, your home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacy Ross here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What's zucchini bread? Is it like banana bread?
Yeah, it's like
with zucchini.
But it tastes like banana bread.
I wouldn't say it tastes like banana bread,
We
but it's
were-
got
No,
like
because banana bread tastes good and zucchini
Well,
bread
that's what I
tastes
was saying.
like
We
zucchini
we were debating power ranking breads because
Quick
someone has
breads,
pumpkin loaf in the
Yeah.
kitchen, which sounds
It's
great.
good. It's really good.
And then I was thinking, God, there's so many good like non-bread breads.
Well, and this is the
Pumpkin
time
loaf,
of year
lemon loaf.
for that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And then Matt said zucchini bread, and I said, beg pardon, what? What's zucchini bread?
It is shocking that you don't know what zucchini bread is.
What does that
have
mean?
such
What does that
zucchini
mean?
bread energy.
I don't feel like that's a compliment.
You're
I
right,
love
it's not.
carrot
Yeah.
cake.
You would
see.
like
She
carrot
would
cake.
like carrot cake.
What does
She
that
would
even
totally
mean,
like
Matt?
You would like putting veggies in your sweet
Yeah,
breads.
it's important to get vitamin A, and you get fiber.
Stacy is going to figure out how to make a Caesar salad bread, and
then
the world
it's
is going to
over.
be worse
And
off
then it's
for it.
over for you. Doesn't that sound good? Think of like a clam. You know how they serve clam chowder sometimes in bread bowls? Think of that, like a nice cheesy loaf, hollowed out just a little bit with Caesar salad in the middle, like really dressinged up.
I don't need that.
Somewhere a listener is hearing me out on this one going, I like it.
There used to
Walk
be,
with me on this one, listeners.
There used to be a restaurant in Auburn, RIP to the Sunbreak Cafe. It was a COVID casualty. Instead of like toast with your breakfast, they'd give you a mini loaf of banana bread, and they'd have butter melting on top of it. It was so good. So good. RIP to the Sunbreak Cafe.
Someone said, Stacy, it's giving zucchini bread. I feel like you guys, all you guys do is insult me in ways I don't understand yet. I have to.
But I feel like you would like it if you had it.
I don't think I would now.
I don't know. I think you would.
I don't think I'd tell you guys.
Right. You would never give us that satisfaction.
ESPN's Kylie McDaniel and Jeff Passan ranked their top 25 trade candidates of the offseason, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as fits for the Mariners. Curtis, did you want to go by ones that you liked the most or ones you found the most likely?
An interesting trend I found with the 5 that are listed
is they're all the same.
They're all the same position, essentially, except for one of them, who is still an infielder.
Let's say all infielders. 4 of 5 are second baseman.
Exactly. The top one that they have listed, so the number one guy on their list is Tarek Skubal, but they do not have the Mariners as a fit for him.
Is it because they don't think the Mariners, because I don't think that Jeff Passan thinks the Mariners would trade for him, whereas Buster only said the Mariners could potentially do that. But then Jeff Passan, prior to this article, said the Mariners have the pieces but not the willingness. So I think this is a Jeff Passan assumption also.
I think so as well. It would be nice if, look, maybe Skubal is not a fit here in Seattle, but I don't care. Like, you can still that is a guy that you make room for. And I get that that would mean pushing one of your starting 5 guys out of the rotation.
And I don't need a Bugatti. I'll take it.
Right, exactly. I'll gladly have it. I'll make room for it. I'll drive it.
I don't need $1 million, but I will gladly accept $1 million.
They also have a percentage chance of each of these guys getting traded. They only have Skubal at 10%, which
that's lower than I would expect.
Yeah.
So in general, not even to the Mariners. In general, they see it at 10%.
Right. But the number 2 guy on their list, and he has a 40% chance of getting traded, is another Arizona Diamondback. And it's a guy who has some history here in Seattle. That'd be second baseman Ketel Marte.
Well, my.
They have the Mariners listed among about 6 or 7 teams, including the Pirates, Giants, Phillies, Royals, A's, and Mets, as potential fits for Ketel Marte. Marte has 5 years and $91 million left on his contract, and he's 32 years old right now. So this is not a guy who's going to be a free agent following this season. Like, this is going to be an investment made by the Mariners if they were to trade for Ketel Marte. And he's been incredibly valuable, mostly tied with his production from his bat, which I think he had like 28 home runs last year. And has shown a lot of power when that was not his profile coming up in the Mariners farm system. Like, he was kind of a slap hitter when he first debuted with the Mariners all the way back in like 2016, 2017, I want to say. I wouldn't mind seeing him here in Seattle, but I think you're going to have to give up quite a bit, especially considering how much Marte is locked up for over the next 5 years. But also, I don't know if you remember this, Stacy, but there was a lot of whispers about Marte kind of wearing out his welcome in Arizona last year, where he took a couple of games off that the team was like, do you really need to be taking these games off? And our sister station, Arizona Sports, they were going in on Ketel Marte a couple of times. So maybe he's a bit of a malcontent down there. Look, the talent is undeniable. Like, he's a really good player.
And I am, I was sitting here making a case for like Alex Bregman previously, just saying like, look, even if there are unpopular players or players you might not personally like, I'm so desperate to see this team get to a World Series that I'm not about to be the moral police here. At least when it comes to, now cheating is pretty unforgivable, but when it comes to like, oh, he's not that nice, or like, oh, he's kind of a locker, well, it's like, okay, well, how bad? Now actual like crimes, you gotta go. But
I mean, he was a significant contributor to a World Series Diamondbacks team just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I think also partly, and we saw this with Josh Naylor when he was with Arizona last year, like I just don't think that was a good clubhouse last year because Naylor was not necessarily the happiest camper
And look
in
at
Arizona.
Naylor here.
Exactly.
Who's frowning and having a great time.
Yeah, and is,
like,
rolling on the floor with Tucker
Yeah.
and, just having the best time of his
Okay,
life.
we only
So
have
maybe it's just kind of the air down there.
I want to throw some of these other names at you because we only have 4 minutes, so let's go a minute per. Cardinals second baseman Brendan Donovan.
This one was interesting because Passan and Kylie McDaniel had his percentage of getting traded the highest of anybody on their list. They have it at 75% getting traded, and they have the Mariners as the second best fit for him just behind the Dodgers. Donovan has been the same player pretty much throughout his career, a guy who's going to hit like 280, have probably between 10 to 15 home runs, has an OPS in the high 700s, up near 800. He's a good on-base guy, plays the middle infield, can also play some outfield as well. This, to me, feels like plan B if they don't get Jorge Polanco. It feels
Brendan
like
Donovan.
it feels like Brendan Donovan is probably their pivot if Jorge Polanco does not re-sign here.
Why do you feel especially sure of Brandon Donovan compared to, I'll say the next three, Brandon Lowe, Jake Cronenworth, Alec Boehm? And Alec Boehm they've been tied to before, and that didn't end up happening. Obviously, that would be third, not second.
Yeah, Boehm doesn't really excite me all that much, especially at third base. I think the Mariners, if they don't bring back Gino, I think they are willing to see it out with Ben Williamson
Same.
and potentially Colt Emerson as well.
I think they're willing to go with one of their young guys. Not at both spots, but I think they're willing to go, yeah, we'll figure it out here.
Yeah, I think so. Brandon Lau was a guy who I thought last year was an absolute lock to be a Mariner because he's a Tampa Bay Ray.
Number one.
He's a lefty batting second baseman.
Number two.
And it was on, I think he was entering one of the final years of his contract, and the Mariners obviously look to those guys a lot. That's what they did with Jorge Polanco. That's what they did with Colton Wong. That's what they did with a lot of guys. I don't think Brandon Lau is necessarily high on their wish list this year. Especially because I don't think he has the positional flexibility that Brendan Donovan has.
And they
also
do value that.
Yeah, and Donovan also just turns 29 in January, so he's got some youth to him.
Would you rather have – did you want to say anything about Jake Cronenworth?
Cronenworth is not – I mean, he's had some good years in that Padres lineup, but his production has kind of tapered off in recent seasons, so I don't see that as a likelihood.
I want to fit my question in here. Would you rather see them bring back Jorge Polanco and then, give him some platoon time because of his knee or age or what have you, or see them go with Donovan? Because is it either or?
Yeah, I don't think they're having both Donovan and Polanco here. Donovan's not going to hit the ball very hard. Average exit velocity was kind of in the middle of Major League Baseball. Hard hit percentage, same thing. I think you go with the devil in Jorge Polanco rather than one that you don't know. And, I mean, Polanco had, his second best season in the big leagues last year, turned himself into a fan favorite, and I think there's more of a track record of Polanco being a impact bat in the lineup than Donovan.
Yeah. Someone said you guys just gave me a coronary. Turned on the radio, the first words I hear out of your mouth is bring back Gino, and I didn't realize you were talking about the Mariners. Oh, no.
Well, yeah, Geno Smith, I don't think he's coming back.
Geno Smith is coming back.
And then Tyler in Tacoma says we could use Marte like Stacy could use some zucchini bread.
Okay.
Look, if anybody has a loaf and they want to send it, you can look up our address.
I'm not saying I wouldn't eat zucchini bread. I'm saying two things. Number one, the number of people shocked I haven't had zucchini bread, I feel like offends me. And number two, we're doing too much with vegetables. We're turning vegetables into shapes and foods they don't need to be part of, and it's ungodly.
Cauliflower pizza? What are you?
It's ungodly.
Yeah.
Like, that we're doing too much.
Cauliflower wings?
Yeah. Now,
that's not right.
Pumpkin loaf, that's different. Also, because pumpkins, I think, are fruits.
They're gourds. Yeah,
they're fruits.
Yeah, they got seeds in them.
I think they're like a second cousin of fruit.
Sure.
Maybe
they
more
get
closely.
Invited to the fruit Thanksgiving.
It's kind of like our foxes, cats, or dogs. I don't know. Kind of whatever one you want. That's how I feel about pumpkins. We tend to nitpick our teams, and we're going to be doing a version of that here, but we're going to figure out exactly which of these four Seahawks, I'm using problems in quotes, are real and which is absolutely not concerning. That's next.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service. 98 years providing logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linens, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. Visit suplinen.com.
Coming to Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, a holiday spectacular, Thursday, December 4th, with the Clairvoyants. Tommy Ten and Amelie Van Toss are the Clairvoyants, runners-up on America's Got Talent, performing a blend of magic, illusion, and mysterious mentalism. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this holiday spectacular with the Clairvoyants, December 4th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine, and you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well, and your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
At Bible Law Group, our team reflects the same lessons learned by our founder, James Bible, while playing for legendary Husky coach Don James. Coach James always said it's amazing what gets done when nobody claims credit. That's the philosophy we carry into every case, because your victory is what matters at Bible Law Group. When your legal problems hit biblical levels and you feel like you're stuck in a lion's den of litigation, you need a legal team that won't back down. At Bible Law, we've secured over $40 million in settlements for our clients, and we're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Calling all Seahawks fans, this is Cliff Averill. I'm here to announce Away Game Rumble at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, sponsored by Corona and Modelo. Take football Sundays to the next level with a free viewing party at Galaxy for every away game. Count on giveaways, specials, big screens, big action, and so much more. Full details at muckleshootcasino.com/rumble. Don't miss Away Game Rumble only at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-for-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-for-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafee from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Seattle Sports is proud to team up with Cairo News Radio to celebrate 37 years of holiday magic. Join us December 10th as Cairo News Radio shares stories of hope and highlights the amazing work Treehouse does for youth in foster care across Washington State. Learn how you can help make the season brighter at mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic or text the word MAGIC, MAGIC, to 888-973-5476 to learn more. Which of these four Seahawks problems are real and which aren't concerning? This is inspired by an article I read on ESPN by Benjamin Solak, friend of the show, highlighting whether or not certain teams should be pressing the panic button. And I thought, well, let me do a little twist on this one. A great read by Ben, but I'm going to do a Seahawks version, and you guys are going to participate. And that's going to be led by you, Curtis Rogerson, for Michael Bumpus. So I'm going to go through each of these problems one by one and tell me just like your level of concern, go like 1 through 10, whether you're pressing the panic button or whether you're going, you know what? I don't actually think this is a capital P problem for the Seahawks right now. Okay, here we go. The run game.
I don't think it's a problem.
Really?
I don't. And I think it's
not great.
It's not, you're right. It's not amazing.
Okay.
But like,
I like how this is starting with spice.
Have the Chiefs had an elite run game on their way to a Super Bowl lately?
No,
they have not. I think, yes, the Eagles won it last year with Saquon Barkley, who ran for 2,000 yards. Yeah, like, sure, that's a great thing to have, but I don't think you necessarily need an elite run game to make it through the playoffs. I think you need to have a run game that at least gives off the threat that there could be a run, especially when you're running play action as much as the Seahawks are. And I think that has definitely opened things up for the Seahawks offensively in terms of being able to get explosive pass plays, is just having that threat of the run. I think Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet, even though the totality of their production this season has not been maybe what we had hoped it would be, I think those guys, at least in terms of reputation, make the threat of a run very real. And so I think that helps the Seahawks, so that's why I'm not saying that the run game is necessarily a huge problem for the Seahawks right now. I think it is passable, and I think it's one that does not keep them from winning ball games. I think it's there. Like it's not a negative right now. It's not incredible, but it's not something that is taking wins off the board for them.
If you were to say what would make the Seahawks a perfect team, a better run game would be one of the things that I would add. I think I agree with you on this one. The run game so far has been doing its job, which is kind of being a little bit of dressing on top of what actually makes the offense go, which has been an explosive pass game. being able to play against stacked boxes, having people at the very least respect the threat of the run. And, here's the thing. We spoke with ESPN's Mina Kimes, who said, you know what? Their numbers against light boxes are not actually better. So it's not like they've been facing stacked boxes and that's why they can't run. They can't run because their guard play just hasn't quite been there. Or maybe it's the running back play, or maybe it's the scheme. Who knows what it is, but the run game hasn't quite taken off, and that's real. And that's regardless of how opposing defenses have played them. However, it hasn't, I don't think, kept them from being a very good team. It's just going to be one of their flaws and one of their quirks. Do I think that a front office and a coaching staff that made it a singular focus in the offseason probably wants it to be better? Yes. But the attempts are there. And what's really interesting, the top 5 run teams in 2024, all playoff teams. And one of them, the number 2 team, ended up winning a Super Bowl. But you had teams that went to the NFC Championship, Washington at number 4, division winners with Detroit, Tampa Bay. Baltimore was leading the league. When you look at 2025, 3 teams aren't in the playoff picture right now.
Weird.
Now, part of it's because of injuries, right? Baltimore's the number 5 team. Well, they missed Lamar Jackson for
And I
a
think
month.
they're going to get in the playoff picture.
Washington, well, they run because they don't have anyone else.
They
Daniels
can't
or
throw
Marcus
it,
Mariota is running for his life. Buffalo, number 1. Chicago, number 2. No, that's great. Chicago's the number 1 seed. But Detroit's currently on the outside looking in. And then Washington, Baltimore, Indy there because of Jonathan Taylor. But the Jets are number 7. It's weird. Like, your top 10 teams are not necessarily dominant teams.
That is strange.
Very weird.
Especially seeing the Jets that high. Yeah.
Okay. The offensive line.
We talked about it. I think it is a problem. It's a fixable problem. It's not a problem that you're going to have to maybe concern yourself with so much game in and game out, especially because we've seen games where Darnold has been protected well and games where they've been able to establish their offense and not, be running for their lives. But yes, I think it is a problem that you're going to have to make sure that everything is taken care of heading into a game against a team with a really good pass rush. We're going to see that again on Sunday against Atlanta. Despite Atlanta having a losing record this season, they get after opposing quarterbacks.
Number 3, turnovers.
Yes, that is a problem.
Would that be like
I think
10
that
out
is
of
my
10?
I think that's my biggest problem with the Seahawks right now is turning the ball over. Now, the defense has stepped it up and they've been generating more turnovers lately, which negates the impact of turnovers made by the offense, but still, you cannot turn the ball over in the playoffs. You cannot give great teams extra possessions, extra chances with the football, especially if you're going to go on the road. If you are unable to leapfrog the Rams and hold off the 49ers because you've got 2 games, one each against those 2 teams. So, turnovers to me are the biggest problem with the Seahawks.
Last one. I'm guessing this isn't the biggest problem, but 1 through 10, what's your level of panic? Injuries.
Like a 2. I don't think it's that big of an issue right now.
So you don't care about Julian Love. That's crazy.
I do, but the great thing is that he is getting closer to returning. It's not an injury that
Yeah.
see you in 7 weeks.
Or like if Gray Zabel were to actually be done for the season instead of missing all of 0 time, then it's a different conversation.
Or it's a situation where, a guy gets hurt this point in the season and you're like, well, is he done for the year? Or is there a chance he could be back in the NFC Championship game, back in the Super Bowl? And it's like, there's no guarantee that those games are even going to happen. Like, you don't have any injury situations like that with the Seahawks right now. The only guy that you're kind of wondering, like, will he be back for the playoffs is like Riley Mills, who we haven't even seen this season.
All right, sticking with the Seahawks. Coming up next, Seahawks Draft Logs, Rob Staton.
The Mike McDonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Saul.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. The turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You're looking at, 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Seattle. And our more than 95 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
I know a lot of you guys are listening from your phones right now, so it's the perfect time to give a shout out to my friends over at AT&T. The other guys will make claims saying this and that about how great their network is, and I'm just here to set the record straight that AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. I don't know about you guys, but it just gives me so much peace of mind when I'm going to do the things I love, and I know my wireless networks got me. Like if I'm going to a concert or a basketball game or even something outdoorsy, knowing I'm going to have fast service and can share what I'm up to is a game changer. You want to know you can post what you want to post, call who you want to call. And with AT&T, it literally doesn't matter where you're going. I promise you, they're already there. Don't just take it from me. Actual tests prove AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. When you compare, there is no comparison. Based on RootMetrics' United States Root Score Report, 1H 2025 tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
I go to Starbucks every day. They introduced the app a number of years ago. I was a very early adopter to mobile ordering with their app. I don't need the cashier experience. I don't need standing in line. I can bypass all of that. That's an efficiency for me. Customers want the same thing. We video inspect all of our cars when they come in for a service appointment. So when we're doing a maintenance visit here, we do a video inspection of your vehicle. The technician shows you what your tires are at, what your brakes are at, what your filters are at. That's what we're sending to people. They open it, they look at it. We generally give them 3 choices. Hey, you can do the minimum, do something in the middle, or do it all. They're in a meeting, but we've met them where they want to be met for quick and efficiency. And that's meeting a lot of new tech customers, but also just transparency, because they can see that video inspection.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Patriots improved to an NFL best 11-2 following their 33-15 win over the Giants on Monday Night Football. MVP candidate Drake May went 24 for 31 for 282 and 2 touchdowns. New England, who's now won 10 straight, next heads into a late bye week before taking on the Bills December 14th and then the Ravens on December 21st. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert underwent surgery to repair a fracture in his left hand yesterday. He's currently considered day-to-day, and his status for this Sunday's game against the Eagles will be determined later this week.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Seahawks draft log, Rob Staton joining us now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. A shutout victory for the Seattle Seahawks over the Minnesota Vikings. And one of the most common questions, Rob, that we got from fans after this one, because of JSN's quiet day and because the offensive line was overwhelmed with pass pro, particularly in the first half, is, oh my God, is there some kind of book out now on how to beat the Seahawks offense? And now, Bump and I yesterday talked about it, and we said, well, I mean, Brian Flores just blitzed a lot. Like, you know as well as anyone, the narrative on Sam Darnold was, oh, he crumbles under pressure. Like, everyone knows that when you blitz quarterbacks, they're not going to be as good. Like, it's why we kind of measure performance under pressure a bit differently. But I wanted to throw the question your way, and do with it what you will. It is by far the most common one we've gotten from fans, and I can understand it. But what do you make of that?
I'm going to say this in the nicest possible way, and I hope no one is offended by this, but anybody thinking that needs to get a grip, okay? Maybe the book's out on the Rams.
Respectfully.
Maybe the Rams are going to lose every single game now, and it's going to be, and Stafford's going to throw a pick six every week, and they're not going to be able to beat teams like the Panthers anymore. The book's out on everybody who lost last weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody who lost, and everybody who won is going to go undefeated for the rest of the season.
Yes.
That's not how the NFL happens. Every single week is like in our sports over here, we have like test matches. You have like a cricket test match or a rugby test match. Well, every NFL game is its own separate test match. Like as Mike McDonald has said this week, like the Vikings have a certain way of doing things. Brian Flores might be the best defensive coordinator in the NFL, and he has a sufficient amount of weapons on that defense to cause anybody any problems on any given week. You're playing the Falcons next week. They blitzed, I think, the second most in the league after Minnesota. So you may even see some similar challenges this weekend. And the Falcons have spent 2 first-round picks on pass rushers in the draft this year. So there could be some issues there. But that doesn't mean that you're going to face that when you then play the Colts or when you play the Rams again, or even when you get to the playoffs, when you play the San Francisco 49ers defense without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. These are all going to be very different challenges. So what we just have to take away from this is you learn from experience. If you're going to come up with a defense who use similar concepts and blitz a lot like Brian Flores' defense does, you learn from the next time you face a team like that. But the reality is you are not going to face a team like that again for the rest of the season.
Rob, one conversation that Stacy and I have been having is just kind of, has the Seahawks team shown characteristics of a Super Bowl team? Is this a team that we can see making it all the way to Santa Clara at the end of the season for the Super Bowl? When you look at this ball club, what are some of the characteristics that you're seeing that make you say, yes, this is a team that can make its way through the NFC playoff picture?
I think the best example is the team that won the Super Bowl last year, is that they were just a very balanced roster. They didn't have any major weaknesses. And obviously the Eagles had some very, very good players, some exceptional players. But they didn't have a Mahomes at quarterback. They didn't have an Allen or a Joe Burrow. Jalen Hurts has had his issues this season. There have been times in his career where he's had some issues. He's not perfect. No one's going to mistake him for a top 5 quarterback. They still won because they had a very balanced offense. They had some good weapons, obviously had a very good offensive line. And then defensively, they had a game-wrecking defensive tackle. They had complementary edge rushers. They had linebackers who understood the scheme and could do a job. They had defensive backs. They had a very creative rookie defensive back who could be moved around the field a little bit like Nick Emenwari. Obviously, physically very, very different, but they did have that kind of player in his first season in the NFL. So when I look at the Eagles, and they had Saquon Barkley, and no one in that backfield for Seattle is playing like Saquon Barkley was last year, at the moment at least. But hopefully there is still a little bit more to come from this running game. But when I look at that Eagles team, I think there are some similarities between them and the Seahawks. And then when you look at the rest of the NFC, and that's the other main thing for me, who is this perfect team? Like going into the Rams game, everyone was talking about how amazing the Rams were and how they are the creme de la creme of the NFL and everything's fantastic. And then you throw on the game and they're driving, they're leading early, and you're thinking this is going to be another one of those typical Rams games, and then the pick six, and then the mistakes, and then the fumbles, and Bryce Young suddenly playing like Mahomes. And they had their issues in that game. It's going to be wide open. It's going to be unpredictable in the AFC, in the NFC. And maybe, just maybe, having the most balanced roster in the end could be a difference maker. But if they're going to do it, they've got to get those signature wins. They've got to show that they can do it against the Rams and the 49ers for me before this season ends.
Let's go back to the run game and also with turnovers, the two critiques that Seattle has drawn most. So, again, last week you went without a turnover on offense for just the second time that season. Obviously, that didn't carry over into this week where you had two. So, you had your fourth consecutive week of over 100 rushing yards, 125 in this one, and then two turnovers. So when it comes to those two categories, really wanting to see the run get going and really wanting to see turnovers cut down, does that tell the full story? How are you feeling about those two after this game?
Well, I don't know how you two feel about it, but for me, the eye test of the running game, it felt better just sort of watching the game. Yeah. You could see that there were some opportunities there, and I thought Ken Walker was looking like a player who might be able to take another step between now and the end of the season and to get some more explosive runs and really sort of take things off here. And I still think Zach Charbonnet, I genuinely feel like the person who is sticking up for him the most at times, because I feel like it's difficult. The timeshare doesn't suit either of them for me. And yet when he gets in there, he does have some negative plays. So does Ken Walker, but he has some very physical and good plays, and he seems to score a touchdown every week as well. So I think there's an opportunity there for this run game to build off that performance. And let's see, look, the Atlanta Falcons, I don't think they scream physicality. I'm hoping that's not tempting fate. Touch wood, that's not going to be an issue now I've said that. But they feel like a team that you might be able to run against this weekend. And I would probably say the same about the Colts the following weekend. So hopefully they can build on that. The turnovers thing, I kind of feel like this is just who the Seahawks are. When you get this deep in the season, if you are still having that as a problem, it's probably going to be a problem all the way through. That worries me for the playoffs. It really worries me because, and I mentioned it a couple of times, Matt Stafford had a couple of interceptions in his last game. I think if it comes down to a big divisional game, NFC Championship game, I'm backing Stafford not to turn it over. I'm not sure I trust the Seahawks there. So that is going to be a worry right through until the end. They've won games despite the turnovers. I'm not sure you're going to get away with that in the postseason.
Yeah. The road to the postseason, there's still a quarter of the season left to go before then, and it's kind of a dead heat right now in the NFC West. 3 teams with 9 wins. The 49ers have a 4th loss, but they also haven't had a bye week yet. When you look at the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers, what win total do you think is going to clinch the division? Is it going to have to be like the NFC North last year, or is this going to be just kind of a dogfight here with all 3 of these teams?
I think it's possibly going to be. It may need 13 wins. The Rams and the Niners have both got quite a few winnable games. Obviously, they get to play the Seahawks twice as well. I do think the rest of Seattle's schedule is enticing with the opportunity. And I like the fact they've got to play the Rams and the Niners again, because I don't want to go into the postseason without having beaten either of these two teams. And if they lose both of those games or lose to the Rams, then at least you can measure your expectations perhaps for the playoffs. I do think you probably, my sort of prediction before the season began was that I thought 11 wins would win you the NFC West. And I don't think that's going to be enough. I think maybe 12 might not be enough. It might need 13. It is such a tough division. And I think you have to give the Niners a lot of credit. How are they still in this with all of the injuries? And that was a tough place to go. I know that Cleveland's got a rookie quarterback and they've got their own issues there, but it had been snowing all weekend. There was a gale force wind, and to go in there and just get the job done as they did against the Browns, they're going to be a tough out for anybody. And I don't, even without Bosa and Warner, I want to avoid them. I want to avoid the Niners in the playoffs. I want to avoid having to go to Lambeau Field. Anything else, I'm game for in the postseason.
Well, and if the Seahawks aren't able to get that 13th win to win the division and they're still in the playoff hunt, or not in the playoff, but they make it to the playoffs, how confident are you that they can advance? Because, I mean, McDonald's record on the road has been incredible in his time as head coach of the Seahawks, and it feels like their defense travels. Is home field advantage maybe – I mean, it's obviously important to get, but can this Seahawks team – get to where they want to go if they have to start out on the road?
The Seahawks only ever been to the Super Bowl when they've had home field advantage. So their 3 appearances, they've needed to be the number 1 seed. I think this is a little bit different. I can't quite, I'm not sure necessarily whether, and this may be because they had a great left tackle, a great left guard, and a prolific running back in the day. So that's the ingredients to do well on the road. I'm not sure that the 2005 Seahawks would have been able to go on the road every week and get to the Super Bowl. I'm not convinced, because we saw enough evidence of it, admittedly, after that horror play against New England afterwards, that when Seattle had to go on the road in the playoffs, they would eventually play a tough team and lose. So I'm not sure that the Carroll era Seahawks would have done it on the road either. Their record on the road is so impressive at the moment, and you do just wonder if that could be a difference maker. But having the bye, it's a long trip for any opponent. They seem to be handling the home games better than they have done in recent years. Yes, they lost to the Bucs. Yes, they lost to the 49ers, but they've started to win those games now. I'd still love to get the number 1 seed and have to play 1 fewer game and just know it's 2 home games potentially from getting to the Super Bowl. That's what I want. If they have to go through the wild card, I wouldn't write this team off because they travel so well.
My last question for you, and I'm going to stick with a question about that number 1 seed in the standings, currently held by Chicago. The NFC just absolutely jam-packed. Someone was pointing out just the interesting nature of the 49ers and Bears both having 9 wins and then being the 1-7 right now. Do you anticipate Chicago to hang on to that number 1 seed?
No. They have to play the Packers twice.
Yeah.
They have to play the Packers twice, which I don't know how they're going to fare with that. I've seen a fair bit of the Bears, and it always seems like they win right at the end in the most dramatic fashion.
It's been 1-score games.
If you do just wonder, is that luck going to run out? Now, that said, I'm watching Ben Johnson ripping his shirt off after the last game, and the energy in that locker room, and it is, you have to look at it and go, that's pretty impressive. Like the guy, like the word on Ben Johnson was he might be a little bit awkward and might not be the best suited to being a head coach, that maybe he's just a great offensive schemer and he's better as an offensive coordinator. And I'm watching that and he's got those guys playing. So, and they seem all in, like they are fully invested in whatever Ben Johnson is selling. So I wouldn't write them off, but do I trust Caleb Williams to sort of run a gauntlet of games here and play clean football? Right. Have they got quite enough on defense to sort of to win out here? Maybe beat the Packers twice. I'm not sold on that. I still want to lean towards whoever wins the NFC West being the number 1 seed. And who knows with the Packers, because the Packers have shown in flashes this year that they can be very, very good. And then Jordan Love will have a bad game, just as everyone's saying he's excellent. And it goes back to sort of wondering how good they are. So I don't think they're out of it either. But I think whoever wins the NFC West is probably going to get the number 1 seed.
I think a safe assumption. To make. He is Seahawks Draft Blog's Rob Staton. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
Or is it?
Oh!
It's Curtis Rogers in for Michael Bumpus. And me, Stacy, in every day.
Yeah, you're here every day. I'm here. Day. We're both here every day.
We're both here all the time. I did a fun twist on today's 4 down territory.
Oh.
So
do tell.
So you are technically asking me the question.
But I'm
I'm
also
gonna have
answering.
You guess.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Why don't we do this? I'm going to have you guess, and then I'm going to tell you the answer.
All right.
So I'm doing the answer, but I'm going to have you guess first.
Okay.
So because today's theme is about whether or not the Seahawks can win a Super Bowl, I did a Super Bowl theme for 4 Down Territory. Each of these questions, I want you to think about the last 5 Super Bowl winners.
All right.
Note that the Chiefs for 22 and 23, I counted as 2 separate teams. They had 2 different stories that year. And so the Chiefs, there's 4 total teams with the 2023 and 2022 Chiefs being 2 separate answers. So, for instance, here's what it is. Out of the last 5 Super Bowls, first down, which winning team scored the most points per game? Your answer, your choices are obviously Eagles, Chiefs, Rams, Bucks.
I'm gonna say
who scored the most points per game that
I'm gonna say
season?
it was the Eagles that scored the most points per game.
Most points per game that season was actually the. What would your second guess be? It's not the Eagles.
Is it the 22 Chiefs?
No, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow, Matt.
So
is that
the
necessary?
2020,
I
yes,
thought so.
I think so. The 2020 Buccaneers averaged 30.8 points per game. This was actually second in the league that year. The 2022 Chiefs, you were onto something, were first in points per game.
Okay.
It was also the only team with a quarterback that led the league in passing yards that year and quarterback rating. So the only season where a Super Bowl winning quarterback actually led, of the last 5 years, actually led the league in yards and all those traditional stats. So even though they were first in points, technically the 30 points per game, 30.8 scored in the regular season by the 2020 Bucs is the most of any of the last 5 Super Bowl winners. Second down. Isn't this fun? I love games. Which winning team allowed the fewest points per game?
Is it
Eagles,
the
Chiefs, Rams, Bucks?
I want to say, was it the Rams?
You're wrong again, you
Wow.
idiot. It was last year's Eagles.
Okay, that was going to be my second choice.
The 2024 Philadelphia Eagles defense was exceptional. All eyes were on Saquon Barkley, but that defense allowed 18.1 points per game. You want to know a fun fact? That is exactly how many points per game the Seahawks defense is allowing. If the Seahawks 2025 defense had won a Super Bowl, let's say we were asking this next year, they would be tied for the answer here. So they are tied for the fewest points allowed of any of the last 5 Super Bowl winners. That's a good sign. Third down.
Third down.
You're getting so many of these wrong.
I think I got the next one.
Okay. Which winning quarterback, again, 2 seasons for Mahomes here, so 4 possible answers. Which winning quarterback threw the most interceptions during the regular season?
I think I got this one.
Okay.
I think it is 2022 Patrick Mahomes.
I think you're wrong.
Really?
It is shockingly not.
Is it Matthew Stafford?
It's Matthew Stafford.
Okay, Mahomes had 14 that year, I want to say.
Yes, so Mahomes had 14 in 23, 12 in 2022. And again, I mentioned that he was leading the league in passing yards, so you would naturally think a very natural assumption would be that. But no, Matthew Stafford, 17 interceptions thrown for the 2020 Rams. It didn't end up mattering because they won a Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp was a Triple Crown winner.
Weird.
Because he was throwing the ball a ton.
A lot of parallels there. Well, and Darnold's not throwing it as much as Stafford.
He's not throwing it as much as Stafford. So for each of these, I was kind of comparing it to this year's edition of the Seahawks. Third and fourth down are going to be tough because they concern stats that are still evolving. I will say this. While Sam Darnold doesn't have the interception total, his turnover total is a little concerning.
A little bit.
That sounds like I'm saying turnover turtle.
Turnover turtle. That was my biggest concern in our 1045 segment.
Okay, last one, and then we'll talk a bit more about these teams for the rest of the territory.
I think I got this one now.
Well, I don't think you do, Curtis. You
said that last time. I got it.
You've said
I
it
think
about
you said
each
that last
one.
time, though, and
You've
you
said it
got
about
it
each
wrong.
one. Which of the last 4 Super Bowl winners, 5 Super Bowls, which Curtis is get to the question. Which winning team's defense had the most sacks during during the regular season?
Lock it in. Tampa Bay Bucks. Final answer.
No.
Oh!
Do you want to guess again?
Eagles. No?
Do you want to guess again?
It's either Chiefs or Rams. I'll go Rams. No. Yeah.
Do you want to guess?
It's the Chiefs in 22. Wow, the 23 Chiefs.
Chiefs is the correct answer here.
This is the best segment we've ever done.
Okay, dim the music a little bit. We're out of 4-down territory, but we still got some time here, and I want to be able to talk about a couple things that we learned from this exercise. Number one, that the teams, the last 5 Super Bowl winners, sometimes won with different paths than we remember. For instance, as Curtis incorrectly guessed, the 2023 Chiefs had the most sacks of any of the last Super Bowl winners, and did it in part because they got to that Super Bowl by their defense. Their defense was exceptional that year, and so many people think of the Chiefs as, oh, they're this amazing offense. It's Patrick Mahomes, of course, like obviously. And while that's true, Patrick Mahomes is amazing. That Chiefs offense was 14th in points per game and had 57 sacks. The Seahawks right now have 40. They're not going to get 57. I would love them to. You never know, I guess. You never know.
They've got, 5 games left?
It could happen. They need to rack up 3 or 4
per game. It would be about 3,
So it could happen, but I think that that version of the Chiefs defense is going to have them there. Yeah. Another thing we learned is that the Seahawks defense is on a pace in terms of limiting points that ties them with last year's Super Bowl winner.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign.
It is. And I think another telling sign of all these stats is that in third down, you asked which Super Bowl winning quarterback threw the most interceptions during the season. 17 by Matthew Stafford. I don't even know if Darnold's going to get that high of a number.
But if you combine it, what I should have done is looked up Matthew Stafford's combined fumble. I don't really remember him having a fumble problem. Let's see total turnovers for the 2021 season. No, total giveaways. No, they didn't. I think it's just he had some interceptions there. But
he had 5 fumbles.
Darnold already has, I think, 7.
This season?
He had 5.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Darnold had 5 fumbles, 4 or 5 fumbles entering last week. Yeah. Obviously, 2 more fumbles in this game.
Yeah. You couple the fumbles with the interceptions, you're getting closer to the total number of turnovers that Stafford had in that 2021 season. But it also kind of goes to show that, you can still win it even by turning the ball over. I mean, Patrick Mahomes had 14 interceptions too that year.
In both of his Super Bowl winning seasons, he had 12 interceptions and 14 interceptions this season. Again, these are guys that are passing at a ton. The fewest interceptions, do you want to guess? It wasn't one of the questions. You can probably
Jalen Hurts.
Exactly. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, about only 5 interceptions. Yeah. But again, it's because he was running at a ton. So that wasn't really how the Eagles were winning last year. In fact, one of the critiques for the Eagles heading into the playoffs was, oh my God, can Jalen Hurts get this done for him? He had a stretch of something like 5 or 6 games where they were outgained in terms of passing yardage and total yardage, where he wasn't throwing a ton. And then his best games of the season were the final games they played leading up to and including the Super Bowl.
253 says the Seahawks are on pace for almost exactly 57 sacks, 56 2/3 sacks.
Well, they would be tied for the most. Let me tell you what. The defense is looking like Super Bowl defenses. 18.1 points per game. Of the last 5 Super Bowl winners, that's the fewest. 57 sacks. Of the last 5 Super Bowl winners, that's the fewest. And the Seahawks are in that group. The Seahawks defense looks and feels like a Super Bowl team if you're going off the last 5 winning teams. Does the offense. It's a little more up in the air. Points per game. By the way, this year's Seahawks are tied for 3rd with 29.2. That would be the exact same as the 2022 Chiefs, who were first that year.
Okay.
So on paper, here's the thing. On paper, the offense kind of does, but I think a lot of people have questions because the 2022 Chiefs were led by Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. That's not Sam Darnold.
It's a little bit different. The 2024 Eagles, who also had 29 points per game, same as the Seahawks, well, they had Saquon Barkley. and like an incredibly stacked team. So I love this exercise. I love it as a conversation about what a Super Bowl team looks and feels like. And the Seahawks are pretty close to that. So we're going to keep this conversation going. Coming up at 11:45, Daniel Jeremiah explains the 2 things Sam Darnold needs to do for the Seahawks to become Super Bowl contenders. And Timeline is coming your way next.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick 6.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
Styles change, 12s grow, but Seahawks love, that's forever. From the young fans in their fresh new jerseys to the lifelong 12s in their throwback jackets. At the Pro Shop, we've got gear for 12s of every age and every walk of life. This is the Pro Shop. Shop official Seahawks gear in-store at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/ProShop.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I'm Navy vet Phil Briggs, here for Navy Federal Credit Union. Just like the holiday spirit, Navy Federal Credit Union can be shared by all veterans active duty and their families. Even parents, grandparents, and kids can enjoy the exclusive benefits from membership. Members could earn and save $461 per year with exclusive savings and discounts. So whether you're Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, or Space Force, join now at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is federally insured by NCUA. Value claim based on Navy Federal's 2024 member give back study.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Bump and Stacy Show is powered in part each day by the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com.
At Washington Energy Services, we take the time to get to know you and your home. We have the passion and commitment to see each project through and to treat our work as more than just a job. For over 65 years, we've offered award-winning home services, from heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to windows and doors. Complete home improvement handled from start to comfort. For peace of mind when you need it most, count on Washington Energy Services, bringing good energy to your home.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Hey, Mike Salk here. Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Resendiz Painting reminds listeners the holidays are meant to be a time of good cheer and warm gatherings with family and friends. Don't spoil the spirit of the season by getting behind the wheel after drinking. Always designate a sober driver or take a ride share for a safe ride home. Let's all work together to keep our roadways safe and accident-free this holiday season. Happy holidays to you and yours from the entire team at Resendiz Painting, the family-owned painting experts celebrating 15 years of serving you. Online at resendizpainting.com.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Hey, Curtis, I'm recrafting 4 down territory at 115 with 5 new teams.
All right.
So you're gonna get another shot at redemption, okay?
Let's go.
And it's gonna be the Super Bowl winners from
2015 to
19.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in you.
All right.
Okay. So again, that's coming up at 115. You can quiz your own Super Bowl winner knowledge. It is the timeline. Reading the top stories you're going to see and hear about on your own timeline. And we're going to start with one from Monday Night Football. Giants top 5 pick Abdul Carter continues to be in the doghouse. He was benched to start last night's game, the second time in 3 weeks that's happened. He was asked about it in the locker room postgame.
The second time in 3 weeks he didn't start. What happened?
It happens.
What happened?
I ain't going to get into detail. It happens.
Why? Why, Abdul?
Ask me the same question. I just answered.
Well, I mean, okay.
Second time in 3 weeks, buddy.
Listen,
there deserves to be some answers.
During the radio broadcast of last night's game, Giants radio analyst Carl Banks sounded very disappointed in Abdul Carter.
I mean, it's time for the kid to grow up, but I mean, I don't advocate teammates fighting with each other, but it just seems like if we're just finding this out now, this has got to have been a pattern going on all year.
Exactly.
You gotta care enough, and that's losing football. That's a losing locker room. If when you have these types of things, and you don't care enough to be engaged, and you have to be disciplined twice.
Well,
how many other times has this happened and they just kind of overlooked it?
Well, obviously it's happened a lot.
And it's disappointing because I expect more from the young man. Again, have been a big defender saying, oh, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. But here's the thing. You can't care more about this stuff than the kids themselves.
Carl's absolutely right about a lot in that cut, but what was sticking with me, Curtis, is when he said, if we're hearing about it, if you had to be benched twice to start a game, that probably means it happened more than twice. What you probably got was a final warning, a third strike, you're out 2 times. This wasn't the first time you were ever late to a meeting in your life. This was, hey, we've had it up to here. And it happened twice.
I think him asking Lawrence Taylor if he could wear the number 56 was maybe a red flag that we all kind of missed. And it should have been something that, dude, you haven't spent a day in the NFL. That kind of entitlement is pretty ridiculous to enter the NFL with. And then we're just seeing it now be a pattern. And look, there's no leadership right now with the Giants. It's an interim head coach in Mike Kafka. We don't know if he's going to be brought back next year as their head coach or if it's going to be in a completely new coaching staff, what have you. But, you're now, 2/3 of the way through your rookie season. You not only are showing up late to places and getting benched for the start of games, but you also have not been producing when you're in the game. He's got 1.5 sacks this season, and his specialty is pass rush. That's what he was brought to New York to do, was to be a legitimate pass rush threat, and that has not happened hardly at all this season. Like, dude, take several seats. Like, you need to realize that this NFL is not, what it is at Penn State. Like, you were the best player on that roster, but now you're one of many. Like, you've got to earn your keep. And, having 2 benchings in 3 weeks this late into your rookie season,
wild.
Like, that sounds to me like there's very little accountability in that Giants locker
Also,
room.
like, look, we can all have conversations about, look, when you're the very best player in your high school and then you're the very best player at college and then you're the number 5 or top 5 overall pick, like, with that comes entitlement, maybe an attitude, whatever. I think that's 1,000% correct. There are many players on every NFL team that are entitled because they've always been the best. And that happens. It's normal. How many of those players are actually getting benched? You know what I mean? Like, you can recognize when something is something you don't see as frequently. Have I seen selfishness or bad attitudes before in the NFL? 1,000%.
Yes.
Have I seen a rookie get benched twice? I don't know.
And a top 5 pick, too?
No, I have not. So either it's an organizational problem with the Giants or a coaching problem with the Giants, or this player is crossing a line in terms of tardiness or behavior that other players don't, no matter how talented and entitled they are. And that is weird.
Yeah.
That's noticeable.
Very much so. And if I'm the Giants, I'm doing everything I can to squash this behavior or whatever it is that is making Abdul Carter late to things or just having him be as unproductive as he has been this season, because a top 5 pick is a huge investment. Like, think of this. It would never happen with Devin Witherspoon, but like, that's the level of investment you have in this pick. Like, this guy has been brought in to be a franchise-changing player, and he has been anything but that.
From the pros to college, next story in the timeline, Lane Kiffin sought the advice of many of his coaching mentors, including Pete Carroll, in making his decision to leave for LSU.
Pete Carroll, really, he told me, that he always told my dad that he'd look out for me. And so when we were talking, he really channeled him, from knowing him for so long, and he said this is exactly what he would do. He would tell you, boy, go get it, go for it.
Now, Kiffin has the LSU job. Congratulations to Lane. But why did he wait so long to make his decision? The Ringer's Todd McShay has a theory.
The same people that told me Friday night that it's done and he's got a place basically, and everyone in his circle knows that he's going to LSU. Same people were telling me, you watch, it will not be announced, it will not be official till after that Alabama game.
Right.
Because the job he wants more than any other job. Watch the hand motions, and I've known Lane for over 20 years. I'm buds with Lane. We communicate. But if you just watch, as much as he butted heads with Nick at Alabama, he and Saban have a bond and a mutual respect for one another, even though they drove each other crazy. That was the job he wanted. And so there was still this 1% in him, and no one will ever admit it, and especially him. I truly believe there was a small percentage of Lane that was like, yep, I'm going to LSU. It's done. But what happens if Auburn beats Alabama? Because that thing could fall apart in a hurry with Kalen DeBoer.
Now, first of all, do you think Kalen DeBoer actually would have been fired had Auburn beat Bama?
I don't think he would have been fired.
I don't either.
But I do think that his seat either gets really hot or maybe DeBoer looks to take the Penn State job.
Yeah, I think it gets hot, but I don't think the consequence of losing to Auburn would have been Kalen DeBoer getting fired. So I don't fully buy, even though Todd McShay knows way more. Sure. and knows Lane. I don't know. Like, I'm not fully buying this theory.
Look, for as much as Lane Kiffin bounces around, like, there's got to be some truth to it. Like, I think Lane Kiffin has always positioned himself to make that next move. And when you're looking at the hierarchy of college football jobs, there is no job more prestigious. There's no job that comes with as many resources as Alabama does. Like, that's the number one job in the sport. It will always be that. LSU probably a notch below. I would say LSU is probably a top 5, top 10 job in college football right now, probably closer to top 5 than 10. And, like, very few guys are going to rise to that level. But, like, if there is a level above LSU,
I agree.
It is Alabama.
I cannot think of, and regardless of how the program is, or like who's like right now, Ohio State's number one. Like I totally get it. Alabama has a prestige.
Right.
It's just different. I cannot think of a job that would be more desired for a huge chunk of coaches than Bama, regardless of how they're ranked this year.
Which, again, is why, like, I don't fault Kalen DeBoer for jumping at that opportunity.
Even though it, like, completely
the number one
upended
job.
the program, I also understand it.
Yeah.
As frustrating as it is. Daniel Jeremiah explained the 2 things Sam Darnold needs to do for the Seahawks to become Super Bowl contenders. That's next.
The Mike McDonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Saul.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. You know, the turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You know, you're looking at, what is it, a 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, you know, let's go to work.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Seattle's rainy season is here. Don't wait to replace your roof. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project. Our expert team creates a custom plan for your home, ensuring a smooth, worry-free installation even in the winter months. With material prices low and lead time short, now is the best time to act. Stop throwing money at costly repairs. Protect your home this winter with a new roof from your neighbors at 3Tree Roofing. Visit 3treeroofing.com today to secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine, and you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game. Sunday, December 14th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
This is the home of the Seahawks.
Going to let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, It's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Well, it's pretty hard to believe the holidays are here, and now is a great time for fitness gifts for your friends and family, or maybe even for yourself. Hey, Brock Ewart here, and from weight sets and accessories to the complete home gym, my friends at Top Fitness is the place to shop, and doing it right now. Top Fitness got certified pre-owned, pre-core commercial treadmills that are the same models used in hotels and clubs that typically sell for over $13,000 and available for you. You ready for this? For $3,300. They look like new and they come with a full warranty. So don't settle for that lightweight, cheaper treadmill when you can get a deal this good. As always, you get free delivery and assembly on those Precor treadmills, ellipticals, and exercise bikes. It's no secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. You can visit them in Tukwila, Linwood, or Bellevue, or go to topfitness.com for all the fitness enthusiasts on your holiday lists. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
God, going through and creating another Super Bowl quiz for you for 4 Down Territory just makes me realize how, frankly, annoying the Patriots are.
They went to a lot of them.
I know
won a lot of
it's
them,
like I
too.
know they went to a lot of and won a lot of Super Bowls, but just like Boston sports in general has been so fortunate. No matter what era you are, like there's people in their 50s that will be like, well, when I was growing up, the Patriots, I don't care. You still have the Celtics.
Right.
You have 18 rings.
The Red Sox won 4
Shut
championships. Yeah.
Like no matter what stretch of Boston sports you want to complain had some kind of drought, another didn't.
You're right.
Oh, God, I hate them so much. Do I hate them more? No, I still.
Bruins won a Stanley Cup in there, too. Yeah.
What sports city do you hate the most? Because Boston, shockingly don't think is number 1 to me.
New York is
It's
kind of the
yeah.
They've always been the big bad wolf out there, but they haven't won a championship, I think, since like the New York Giants won a Super Bowl, at least of the 4 major
Was that
professional
11?
sports.
No, it was the last
2011 season, 2012 Super Bowl, yeah.
Speaking of Super Bowls, Daniel Jeremiah was on with Brock and Salk earlier today and explained the 2 things that Sam Darnold needs to do for the Seahawks to become Super Bowl contenders. Take a listen.
I would say the 2 things that were in this game that I think you can clean up a little bit. Number 1 is just way too many tip balls where, he's got to figure out a way to get around that. Some of that's on the back. Like there's times where the back's just got to, you can't really, maybe you can't cut quite like you used to be able to, but you got to get into their chest, at least try and get the hands down. But Sam's got to do a little bit better job of finding lanes and not getting so many balls tipped. And then there's also, especially in the red zone, it's happened a couple times this year where he's just got to have his clock, just to have a little bit better clock and a little bit better feel. You get to 2 hitches, man, like it's time. You got to go, you got to take off and run, or you got to throw the ball away. And he's getting hit from behind, taking a sack is one thing, but then you got to worry about protecting the football at that point in time.
I think his time to release has actually cut down this season, though I haven't looked at it over the last couple of weeks because the last time Sam Darnold looked exceptional in a game was against Washington. He's had some struggles since then. Agree overall on the batted balls were weird. There were quite a few in this one, like 4 or 5, way too many. And then just in general, taking care of the football in a different way. Throw it away.
Yeah. I think this Sunday will be a big test for him. Again, I get that the Falcons are well below 500, and Raheem Morris is probably going to get fired at the end of the season, and who knows what their quarterback situation is like. I know Michael Penix is dealing with the injury, but even this season he wasn't super effective when he was in the lineup. But Atlanta gets after opposing quarterbacks, and they do so at a rate higher than most teams. I believe the Vikings are the only team that blitzes more than Atlanta does. And funny how the Seahawks played Minnesota last week, and they play Atlanta this week. So there's going to be another opportunity for Sam Darnold to maybe show that, hey, these worries, these concerns you've got for me, they're not necessarily something you need to concern yourself with too much. But, yeah, I think DJ hit it on the head right there. Like, those are absolutely the things that Sam Darnold needs to work on for this team to have a legit shot at winning big this season. And, I mean, you look at the final 4 games of the season, Stacy, I mean, the playoffs really start December 14th for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Against the Colts, who are probably going to be a playoff team in the AFC. I know they haven't been what the Colts were at the start of the season.
But they're much better than they're significantly better than whatever challenge you were going to get from the Titans.
Yes, and you have, they have a very real shot still at winning the AFC South. You've got the Rams on December 18th at home. That's a must-win game. At Carolina, the Panthers have
who
all
just
of a
beat
sudden,
the Rams.
Exactly.
Have
the
a winning
Panthers
record.
are a team that I don't necessarily think many people want to face right now because they've been sneaking up on everybody. And then you've got the 49ers in Week 18. Another must-win game that could have significant implications in the NFC West race, especially how the 49ers have just simply not gone away at all this season. They're right there with the Rams and the Seahawks. So really, I mean, last year it was the final 2 games of Darnold's season that he was significantly more tested than he was the previous, 17 weeks of the regular season. But this year it starts a lot earlier. It starts mid-December and will not relent until the end of however long the Seahawks run goes. And that is going to be, I think, it's going to be eye-opening one way or another for the Seahawks and for what their quarterback situation is going forward. I think Sam Darnold has exceeded all expectations so far of what we thought he would be, especially leaving Kevin O'Connell's system.
Yeah. I think.
But again, the elephant in the room is like, can you perform well against the good teams? And you've got 4 good teams coming up after this Atlanta.
Now we're a little bit getting into a conversation about how good Sam Darnold is overall and what level of goodness you need to be as a quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And one thing I just want to say, because I can see this conversation starting to evolve on the text line, and I don't think it's bad. I think that once we decide a quarterback is not exceptional, he's garbage. So I can already see some people saying, Sam Darnold has a turnover problem. You cannot win with Sam Darnold. I think there's a very fair question about whether you can win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has 1 playoff start.
Yeah.
And he looked horrible. That's a fair question. It's a fair question until it's not. I don't think you're being a Sam Darnold hater by having that question. However, I do want to push back a little bit against the idea of, oh, now I'm having new questions crop up about Sam Darnold. He must actually be bad. I think he's proven he's not bad.
Right.
But how good can he be and how good can he be consistently? That's kind of, I want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
I think that a conversation about whether Sam Darnold is bad is a waste of time.
Right. We've had that conversation, and I think it's pretty easy to say that he is not a bad quarterback in the NFL. He is a guy that can win you a game week in and week out. He is a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL.
Will Sam Darnold get through the rest of this season without having turnovers prove very costly for him? Now, that's a conversation worth having.
It is.
Because that's a different conversation.
It is.
And that one's tough, but one we're going to be having with Nate Tice, who's about to join us, and throughout the rest of the show. That's coming your way next.
Brock and Salk.
The last couple of wins, what were they?
Morning 6 to 10.
Were they sloppy? Were they actually dominant? So why don't these wins seem more impressive?
I mean, I think the standard has been lifted. I think they've moved the expectation meter. I think when you're sitting at 9-3 and you're tied for the best record in the NFC, I think with the way this defense is playing is one of the most elite defenses in all the NFL now.
Brock and Salk, only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
Hey friends, Stacy here. If you've been thinking about a new Ford, I've got great news for you. Family-owned and operated Wayscar Ford in Auburn is having their 103rd annual year-end holiday sales event. I just love a holiday sale. This year, all new Fords are priced at only $1 over factory invoice, and that's on the whole Ford lineup. That's correct. every new Ford is priced at only $1 over factory invoice. That's before any rebates, customer cash, or low APR financing. Plus, they all come with a lifetime powertrain warranty included at no additional cost. Press for time? No problem. They'll deliver the vehicle to you. And at Wayscar Ford, you'll never be pressured, so you can purchase with confidence. Because every single vehicle that Wayscar Ford sells comes with a full 5-day or 500-mile, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you change your mind for any reason, bring the vehicle back for a full 100% refund. The $1 over factory invoice sale is going on right now. Check it out at wayscarford.com.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service will help your company with logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linen, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do. Visit suplinen.com.
Cliff Averill here, giving a big shout out to the biggest and the best in the Northwest. That's right, I'm talking about Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Time and time again, they've been voted the best resort and best casino with the best chicken wings. There's nothing like being the very best, so come check out everything this place has to offer. Hey, when they say the biggest and the best, they mean it. Everything's on the table at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Find out more at muckleshootcasino.com and please game responsibly.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
I know a lot of you guys are listening from your phones right now, so it's the perfect time to give a shout out to my friends over at AT&T. The other guys will make claims saying this and that about how great their network is, and I'm just here to set the record straight that AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. I don't know about you guys, but it just gives me so much peace of mind when I'm going to do the things I love, and I know my wireless network's got me. Like if I'm going to a concert or a basketball game or even something outdoorsy, knowing I'm going to have fast service and can share what I'm up to is a game changer. You want to know you can post what you want to post, call who you want to call, and with AT&T, it literally doesn't matter where you're going. I promise you, they're already there. Don't just take it from me. Actual tests prove AT&T is America's fastest and most reliable wireless network. When you compare, there is no comparison. Based on RootMetrics' United States Root Score Report 1H 2025, tested with best commercially available smartphones on 3 national mobile networks across all available network types. Your experiences may vary. RootMetrics rankings are not an endorsement of AT&T.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Patriots improved to an NFL best 11-2 following their 33-15 win over the Giants for Monday Night Football. MVP candidate Drake May went 24 for 31 for 282 and 2 touchdowns. New England, who's now won 10th straight, next heads into a late bye week before taking on the Bills December 14th and then the Ravens December 21st.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Check him out on Football 301, the podcast. It is Yahoo Sports. Nate Tice joining us right now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Nate, how's it going?
Going great. How are you doing?
Good. Happy to have you. So that you know, we've kind of been having a themed show today, focusing a lot on conversations about what kind of teams win a Super Bowl. Can the Seahawks be one of those teams? Let's look at past Super Bowl winners. So we do have a few Super Bowl-esque questions for you because of that theme. But I'm going to start with just the Seahawks season so far. It sure feels like they're making a case for one of the best teams in football. Certainly in the NFC. Who do you kind of have atop the power rankings right now in your mind?
Well, luckily I'm on a Seattle show, so I can say this, but the Seahawks are one of the teams I have at the top. Really, the NFC is way better as a conference than the AFC right now. I would say the Rams, the Seahawks, the Packers are probably the three teams I feel the best about in the entire NFL, and they're all in the NFC. So lucky for you guys, that's who you have to play against once the playoffs get going. It's funny that you mentioned the kind of like teams that make the Super Bowl or teams that maybe make a run, is that I think the Seahawks have a lot of the components that I look for. I think their defense is obviously a Super Bowl type winning defense because of what they can do against a run, pass rush, scheme, because Mike McDonald's one of the best play callers in the NFL, offense or defense. But just offensively, they have the explosive passing game that I look at, that I consider a component that you need to be a real contender. They're above the number that I look at is 14%. They're at 17.5%, which is second in the NFL. Very, very good. But I think that the run game kind of coming into its own has made them even more valid than I thought maybe a month ago. I kind of was considering that the Seahawks, I've always been very optimistic about the Seahawks this year. I had them winning the division, actually, going into this year. But I do think that the run game being more sustainable is going to really open up things once it comes playoff time, because you do need that. You can't be one-dimensional. So I do consider the Seahawks one of the best teams in the NFL. I think the underlying numbers indicate it, and also just the eye test indicated. And on top of it, they have a great special teams. It's a very complete team, and I think it's becoming even more complete, even if some of the results have been maybe a little bit up and down the last couple of weeks.
When you look at this Seahawks team, Nate, and every sabermetric says that they're a top team in the NFL, is there maybe a number or two that you look at and say, well, now hold on a minute, there is reason for concern if they don't get to a Super Bowl? What might stand out to you if the Seahawks do fall short of a Super Bowl?
You always worry. I mean, just eye testing is the highs and lows of Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's a guy that I maybe like more than most national media. I've always been kind of bullish on him. What he can kind of give us, he can take it away, especially when he starts spiraling. The protection. I think any offense that's a Shanahan-Kubiak offense, like the Seattle employs, and it's as traditional Shanahan-Kubiak as you can get with Clint Kubiak being offensive coordinator, is if you don't get into a great game script or a neutral game script or a game script where you are having to come from behind, is do they have the straight drop back passing attack, meaning no screens, no play action, no under center. You just have to get in the gun and chuck it. Can they kind of sustain if they have to do that? That is really a question of the offensive line, because I think they have a glaring weakness at right guard, but also just the auxiliary pass catchers outside of JSN. I think the Rashid Shaheed addition was fine, but they need Torrey Horton back to just kind of create another element with this passing game. I think also, I like the auxiliary guys. I like A.J. Barner a lot. I think Cooper Kupp's got a nice role in this offense when he's out there and healthy. So those are the things that maybe I look at if they can drop back over and over and over and have to come back in a game. That's the biggest weakness. I brought up the run game because the number I look at, success rate is the number as And success rate is basically half the yards that you gain if it's 1st and 10, if you get 5 or more yards. If it's 2nd down, say it's 2nd and 8, if you get half or more yards, or if you get 100% of yards or 3rd and 4th down. That's a successful play. The number I look at in rushing success rate is 40% or more. And right now, the Seahawks are at 40.3%. So to me, that was one of their biggest kind of bugaboos, one of the biggest red alerts, maybe alarm bells I was looking at. And right now, that's turning into more of from a red flag to like a neutral flag, which I think is good. So you talk about kind of sabermetrics underlying numbers. That's one that has been improving. Even I think some of the pass protection stuff that might be the most glaring weakness for them.
What are the things about Sam Darnold that have kept you kind of bullish on him?
I mean, just him booting to the – all right, so this is kind of a niche thing. But if you ever know, Sam Darnold's a lot better athlete than I think people give him credit for. If you really just see him operating on movement throws, this offense uses a lot of play action, uses a lot of bootlegs, and Sam Darnold can throw moving to his left. And that opens up creation. That opens up a whole more play menu. And so it's not just throwing to his left and moving to his left. That's just one component. But just he's an aggressive thrower. He's willing to push the ball. He'll make a mistake, and he kind of comes back, and he's still willing to do it, for better or for worse. I think the Rams game, of course, was maybe the worst example of it. But underlying numbers, and even just rewatching that game, he was able to have him make a mistake and come back and keep firing. So that's why I always stay optimistic with him, is that he's a big game hunter that can lead to he's a home run hitter. And sometimes that can lead to strikeouts, and sometimes you go 0 for 5, but sometimes you jack up 3 home runs and everybody loves you. So I think that's why I like Sam Darnold so much, that he's willing to push the ball, willing to be aggressive, even if the surrounding situation is kind of falling apart or if he just had a previous bad play. I think the Texans game might be a good example of him bouncing back after maybe one of his bad moments when when he's backed up and he took the safety, he was able to fire back right after that. That's why I've always stayed bullish on him.
Nate, looking at the best defensive lines in the NFL, the Seahawks, you can make the case, are up there. A big contributor to that has been DeMarcus Lawrence, him coming over in free agency from Dallas. A lot of people didn't know if he had this much left in the tank. When you look at what the Seahawks do on defense, how important has DeMarcus Lawrence been to sort of the overall operation and getting pressure on the quarterback and just wreaking havoc the way he has?
Yeah, and this is even when he was in Dallas. It's not even just getting after the quarterback. He's so good against the run, too. And that is significant, that you have a defensive end that is a two-way player. There's no real outright weakness with Lawrence. That I think that's where you really feel him. Of course, the big plays that he had last week. But, man, it's just also that how he plays the run. He does what a term is set the edge. Which makes it hard for offenses to run to the outside just because he's burying a tight end. And if you have a guy that an opposing offense goes, well, we can't block him with the tight end. I just talked about the menu, and Sam Darnold being able to throw to the left opens up the menu. Well, now we can't block this guy with the tight end. Okay, so now we're taking things away from the menu for the opposing offense. And that's what DeMarcus Lawrence does. And I consider this the most complete defensive line in the NFL. It'd probably be them and the Texans would be the top two to me. I think the Texans might have a little bit more pass rush juice with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. But I think the completeness of this whole defensive line, because they have every type of flavor. Leonard Williams, they have Byron Murphy in the middle. I know I'm on a Seattle show, so you guys know all these guys. But Derek Hall, all these guys, Nwosu, Mafe, all these guys, but they're all different flavors. And I think that defensive line is kind of indicative. It's kind of a nice little microcosm of what Mike McDonald is as a play caller. I call his scheme kaleidoscopic. It's a kaleidoscope scheme. It's like 1 week it's this, 1 week it's that, 1 week it's this play it's this. That's why he's so good. But I think the defensive line having all these different flavors is kind of like a nice little, small component of what the Seahawks defense is that they can attack anybody in so many different ways with so many different flavors.
I think what's so interesting about this year's NFL is you can kind of make a case for and against a number of teams for getting to a Super Bowl. Even the teams that have felt inevitable, like the Chiefs, you look at them and go, are they going to make the playoffs? I mean, it has been since 2016 since we've even thought that, because they've won the AFC West every year since then. And I wonder, Nate, what you think about maybe the hesitation people have about the Seahawks. I know Curtis touched on it with one of his questions for you, that for a lot of people, that's probably Sam Darnold. Is there something else you think are making people hit pause? Because when I look at the rest of the NFL, I go, God, I don't see the Seahawks as having any more fatal flaws than even some of the league's best teams right now.
I think it's just human element. People need to see it. It's the lasting image of Sam Darnold. If you're just talking about like a layman fan, that national fan is, oh, didn't he have mono with the Jets?
Oh yeah,
right.
Didn't he get
He sure
sacked
did
9 times? and have all these picks against the Rams in the playoffs. And that's what hangs in their head. So it's kind of, for me, who tries to predict things and analyze things and everything. That's why I picked the Seahawks to win this division, even though I thought it was going to be a competitive division. I thought their defense was going to be great, which it has been. And I've also just been, Sam Darnold is much better than he gets credit for. In the sense that I think the lows of Sam Darnold lives in people's heads, when I think he has more down-to-down sustainability. And so there's just that lag effect that comes with the national media and national fan base, I would say. I think it's happening with the Packers right now, too. I think the Packers are a legit contender, and people still have questions about Jordan Love, who I think is one of the best quarterbacks in the game. And I just think it's because they haven't seen it. That team hasn't made a run before. While you look at the Bills, who I think are incomplete on defense, people go, they have Josh Allen, who won MVP. So it's just how people want to argue it. The Rams, who are very, very good. I think the Rams and Seahawks are two of the best teams. I think with the Rams, it's like, Matthew Stafford has won it. So, it's just an easier argument to make in the people's heads. So I do think that the Seahawks, again, I know I'm on a Seattle show, I do think that they don't get as much credit as they should, because I think this is a dominant, complete team, and I'm becoming more complete with the run game. And I think that's just a little bit of part of it. It's just the Darnold effect and just not having seen it. Who are JSN, like even JSN, who I think should be a lock to be Offensive Player of the Year. Others are trying to find ways to get other guys mentioned into that discussion, which I don't agree with at all. I think Jason has locked it up. But no, I just do think there is a national lag behind what's actually going on in Seattle right now.
Nate, one team that the national media is starting to fall in love with is the Bears, who are sitting atop the NFC, which I don't think anybody had on December 2nd heading into the season. What do you make of them, and do you think they have the ability to stay on top of the NFC as things wind down here in the regular season?
So Bears this is kind of like what I was very optimistic about Ben Johnson, and I've been more bullish on Caleb than I think other people have kind of fallen off with him. I still thought May and Caleb were just the easy prizes of that draft, but their run game has been really the story of their season. You saw it on Black Friday against the Eagles. I don't think you even need stats to kind of go, wow, that was really good. But it's a top 3 run game. They're explosive as all get out. Again, I talked about that formula of being above 40%, and in rushing, they have that 45%. And also just passing the ball, they're above I look at 14%. They're above 14% explosive pass rate. So offensively, they're right on track to be a true contending offense. And it's not perfect. Like, they still make mistakes. They still have too many pre-snap penalties. But the run game is legit. The offensive line is much improved. And I think Caleb Williams is playing really, I would say, top 12 quarterback right now. How he's playing, even if, I know the completion percentage numbers aren't great, but that's because it's the offense. They're asking him to push the ball. When they take away, they don't run as many screens as Ben Johnson did in Detroit. So they're asking him to push the ball. They're trying to gain explosives, which are passes of 16 yards or more. That's the whole philosophy of the offense. On non-screen plays, his air yards is almost 10 yards, which is one of the highest in the NFL. That's a feature, not a bug, of the offense. The big questions with them, though, are the defense. And it's been outright bad at times this year, a bottom 3 unit. But now they're getting healthier, and they got Kyler Gordon back, who's their slot defender. He's a very good one. And since he's been back, they have one of the better passing defenses in the NFL. They actually ranked 4th in success rate when he's been on the field. They're 30th in success rate when he's off the field. So big, important player for them. So this is a long-winded way to say that if you asked me a month ago, I said, yeah, they can make the playoffs, but who knows? Now that defense is getting from bad to average-ish, I'm more of a believer in them. I think they can win a playoff game. I don't think they should be the 1 seed. I think the Packers are more complete than them. The Rams are more complete than them. And I would even venture to say the Seahawks are more complete than them. But I think the Bears offense is legit. It's the most explosive offense in the NFL, running and passing. And I think the sustainability is getting there. And now the defense is kind of rounding into form. I'm not going to say it's good, but it's not an outright travesty. So I think they're much more live in the playoffs rather than make it and then lose the first weekend. I think they can win a game, especially with some of these matchups in the NFC.
I wish we could ask you about each of the next 5 opponents for Seattle, but that would be a waste of your time. So I am going to ask you about one of them that I think we've been talking about a lot this year, but maybe have the least information on. Like, we kind of know what to expect with the Rams and the 49ers and even the Falcons in a way. The Colts, I have the hardest time pinning down, and I do as well with the Panthers, but I'm going to focus on the Colts, which is their next opponent on December 14th. My co-host, who isn't here today, predicted that they would start kind of regressing a little bit, and so far we've seen that. But what can you tell us about Indianapolis and maybe the direction they might be moving in?
Yeah, they had such a high standard to start the season, like literally one of the best offenses we've seen in our lifetime. So even if they regress just
hard
slightly,
to hit that consistently.
It's hard to sustain, especially, I might have been even a little harsh maybe on Daniel Jones the last couple of weeks, going like, oh, he's turning into a pumpkin. And upon rewatch, it's not as bad as maybe on initial watch. I do think that they still have. It's a very sound offense. It's a very good offense. They have a lot of good on the offense. Like, there's not like a clear weakness. Like with the Seahawks, I can point out the right guard and go like, okay, that's a big weakness. Yeah. With the Colts, it's just like, oh yeah, everybody's like a B- or above at the very least. You have a breakout player right now in Alec Pierce, who's a receiver. He'll be a free agent after this year. I think he'll get paid big time. Big deep play threat. Really has developed his game. Jones has been a good operator. He's banged up right now. But he's doing a lot of nice things, even if he'll have a couple moments. Like, he'll have some moments where the defense could take advantage and create a turnover, which has happened a couple more times the last few weeks. It's still a good offense, though. What happened last week in their loss was their run game. It's the first time their run game really hit a wall, which is something I'm keeping my eye on because it's been so overwhelmingly good. Jonathan Taylor is one of those guys that's battling JSN for Offensive Player of the Year. It's still a good run game. It's still a good offense. Is it the best we've seen in 20 years? I don't know. Probably not, but still a top 10 offense. I will say that can run and throw the ball with a lot of live options. Tyler Warren, a solid offensive line. Michael Pittman's a pretty good player. Josh Downs in the slot's a good player. That might be the guy that they target against the Seahawks. And then defensively, I don't think the defense is very good. I think it's average. DeForest Buckner's been hurt, their defensive lineman. They traded for Sauce Gardner a lot. They traded a lot for Sauce Gardner, which I was, I'm a little iffy on. And Gardner got hurt in this last game with a calf strain. Yeah. So that's something. I think he's out for 2 weeks. And so the Seahawks might get to avoid him. And that's been the big weakness for this team is their corner play. Travarius Ward is still solid, but now they go, it's just an empty black hole on the other side opposite of Ward. So that is something that can be pickable, like where I think the defense is fine, but it's not very venomous. It's not something that truly scares you. It's more of a game plan defense. Like, they can get you on some third downs, but down to down, if you take care of business, you can get after them. So I do think that they dropped off slightly from their highs of the beginning of the year. But when you have an elite offense, the average defense doesn't matter as much. But when the offense is just more good, then the average defense does matter more, if that makes sense, because that has dropped off a little bit. So I'm not saying the bottom's falling out for them, but they have dipped slightly as opposed to what they started in the season.
Make sure you are listening regularly to Football 301 with Nate Tice. He is Nate Tice of Yahoo Sports. Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you. Go Mariners.
Thank you. Have a good one. Hear me out. I'm glad that Nate said that. Does he not sound like he could be the long-lost son of Jerry DiPoto?
Well, he is the son of Mike Tice. Yeah. So
it's a very notable
athletic bloodline
son, but also he like a little bit of Jerry DiPoto.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit. I kept thinking it when he was laughing. They both laugh the same way.
Nate's a great guest to have on. I always enjoy having him on. He's also a good follow on Twitter because
I really do listen to his podcast. It's great.
Well, not only does he give great football takes, but he is a Mariners fan. Mm-hmm. So he'll cheer along with the Mariners as everybody else. That's right.
One of us. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Ever since we were talking about zucchini bread a while ago, I've really been craving just like lots of bread, all kinds of different breads.
I'm telling you, this is the season.
Well, now I'm curious about what zucchini bread's like.
It's not bad. It's not my favorite.
It's just not the one that you would choose first.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a solid 4th round pick.
Okay.
It's not your franchise builder. That's for sure.
Some of those 4th rounders could become great players.
Right.
That's a fact. Dak Prescott, 4th rounder.
He was.
And he became a franchise guy.
He did. Still
so
doing
there.
it.
So he's the zucchini bread of the Dallas Cowboys.
Is Dak Prescott. Headline number 1, the Patriots won their 10th straight game last night, blowing out the Giants 33-15 on Monday Night Football. What's the real headline?
Thanksgiving's over, but the Patriots are still feasting on empty calories.
Yeah.
Oh, no disrespect to the Patriots. Look, everyone has easy opponents in their schedule, but 10 in a row is impressive. A lot of those have been against very, very, very bad teams.
Yeah, their strength of schedule this season, 342 win percentage. That is the lowest opponent win percentage of any team in the AFC, top to bottom. In fact, I think that might be the lowest. Yeah, that's the lowest win percentage of any opponent's schedule in the NFL.
They're
this year.
playing bad.
They're playing the easiest schedule
and what can
of
you
any
do?
team.
You have to play the schedule ahead of you.
Yeah, that's not something that they can control.
I think the question I have about them is the question everyone has about the Patriots. Well, what will they look like when they go through a playoff gauntlet? And frankly, with the way the AFC looks this year, maybe still really good is the answer to that.
I think so. Yeah, the AFC, I wanted, we didn't have enough time for it, but I was going to ask Nate Tice, like, what do you make of the AFC side of things? Because there is really no standout team on that side. I mean, maybe the Bills, if they can get it together for 2 to 3 weeks in a row in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
I will let you know, his 2 podcasts ago in Football 301, they did power rankings in the AFC. So just worth checking out.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Things change fast.
It's totally
in the NFL.
changed now.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, Justin Herbert underwent surgery yesterday to repair a fracture in his left hand. That's his non-throwing hand. So what's the real headline?
Something tells me the guy who had surgery less than 24 hours ago is going to be out Sunday.
Yeah, that's a quick turnaround. If he's going under the knife on a Monday and they play the Eagles, I believe that is next Monday night's game. So he's got 6 days to recover from being put to sleep and having surgery. It'd be a medical miracle, I think, if he is out there on Monday night.
Maybe even a Christmas miracle. Oh, Matt looks so annoyed with us.
It's December 2nd, people.
It's Christmas. No, Matt, it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
I listened to, on the 3-hour drive back from Vancouver, I listened to Christmas music for probably 2.5 hours of that.
Yeah, you listen to Christmas music.
If it was up to me, if I could run a board and knew how to do that and press those buttons, which I don't, we'd be entering every single segment with Christmas music and leaving the show with it.
I think we should be very thankful you don't have that power, but I do have the power to do this.
Wow.
Headline rewrites.
That's power.
Headline number 3, after their loss to the Bears on Black Friday, Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo had his house egged by Phillies fans. What's the real headline?
By what we can only assume, based on the current cost of groceries, are very wealthy Eagles fans.
Yeah, boy. That's a lot of money to be thrown around.
Someone fairly pointed out, well, eggs aren't as crazy as they used to be. But let me tell you what, groceries are expensive right now.
Any grocery bill I'm coming home with is triple digits.
Everything's expensive. Change it.
Yeah.
Especially groceries, because, look, I like food.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to be able, like a normal American, to buy a bag of spinach, put it in my fridge for 2 weeks without opening it, throw it out, and then replace it with another unopened bag of spinach, just like my ancestors.
You know, I feel like the most ridiculously overpriced thing at the grocery store nowadays is like a single bag of chips.
Yes.
It costs nearly $7 for one.
So my list of top 3 dumb expensive things. Number 1 would be if you get Nespresso pods, all of a sudden you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How much is it to get these again? That's ridiculous. I'm just going to steal them from work. But they don't use the same ones, so I couldn't do that. Number 2 would be, God, there's got to be something. Cereal. Sneaky expensive.
Yeah.
Cereal is sneaky expensive. You wouldn't realize it because in my memory, I'm like, surely this is $2.99. No.
Nope.
Nope. Absolutely not.
$7-8, yeah.
Third would be any kind of specialty candy. So I was looking at obviously the holiday and Christmas candies. It was $13.
You want to talk about new things on the scene in the candy game? You know, Nerds clusters. They have Nerds cluster gushers now.
Wow.
So
those freaks.
Yeah, I know. Those sickos.
Those sickos over
over
there.
at Wonka Corporation
God.
they have raised it to another level. So not only are you getting nerd clusters, you can get nerd cluster gushers.
So an avocado costs one child. It's insanely expensive. What are we talking about? Let's get back to sports. NFL headlines coming your way next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
I understand the Vikings aren't great, but still.
Their right guard, Fries, he got beat so fast by Big Cat.
Yeah.
And the only thing faster than that sack was Will Fries sticking his hand out to help the quarterback up. I would cut him right there on the spot. I mean, he just turned around and stuck his hand up there like, hey, Parker, how you doing? Let me help you up. And I was just like, dude, get out.
On YouTube and the Seattle Sports app. Don't miss the Daniel Jeremiah Show, presented by Marquee Data.
I think he's been awesome.
Tuesday mornings at 8:30 with Brock and Salk.
If this is where he is right now, he could win an MVP.
Only on Seattle Sports.
Dave Wyman here, joined by a very special guest, Dr. Daniel Landis, a multiple-time recipient of the Seattle Top Doctor Award. He's on the Swedish CyberKnife team treating prostate cancer and accepting new patients. Dr. Landis, how does CyberKnife compare to other prostate cancer treatments?
So one of the advantages of the CyberKnife platform is that the treatment can be concluded in just 5 days, as opposed to other treatments that require anywhere from 26 to 42 days of radiation.
How do patients feel about their experience?
Patients overall tell me that their experience was really amazing. They had minimal disruption of their lives. They didn't have to take time off work. And they tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/CyberKnifeProstate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic, and I have great news. We're having our biggest sale of the year. Over $300 off our normal pricing through December 19th. We know it's hard to stay on track during the holidays, and we want to help. This could be the year you actually lose weight over the holidays and set yourself up for success in January. The best part? You can lose weight and still enjoy those special holiday dinners. No shots, no exercise, no fake food. Just a plan that teaches you how to reset your metabolism and keep the weight off for good. Free consultation at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Yeah, Mike Salk here, and I've worked with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic for years, and this is the biggest sale I've ever seen from them. $300 off? I did the program myself, losing 35 pounds in just 8 weeks. Take advantage of this awesome sale before the holidays.
Join the 4,000 clients who we've helped lose 20 to 30 pounds in 60 days and take advantage of our lowest pricing of the year. Even if you want to start in January, lock in these prices now. Our remote programs allow you to lose weight from anywhere. Schedule your free consultation at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, DC. Results may vary.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
1 in 10 people age 50 and older in the U.S. have early age-related macular degeneration.
Because macular degeneration often has no early symptoms, many don't know they have it until irreversible vision loss has already occurred. Well, when I first found out that I had macular degeneration, it was really scary. I mean, my eyes are my living.
What's most important for me to see? My family, my loved ones, my pickleball game. Everything I do is dependent upon my vision.
Being able to see, be able to spend time with my children, be able to travel is extremely important. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have my vision. Don't miss life's most beautiful moments.
Schedule a comprehensive eye exam to protect your sight.
Macular Degeneration Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Go to stopamd.org to learn more.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Curtis Rogers in for Michael Bumpus. Curtis!
Hey.
Let's take a look around the NFL.
Howdy.
Last week, the Lions were set to welcome back former All-Pro center Frank Ragnow, but his decision to unretire is on hold because he failed a physical. He failed that physical because his hamstring isn't connected to his leg bone. He had a grade 3 hamstring strain. He will not play this season, unsurprisingly. But my question isn't whether or not he's going to play. It's how the hell he was walking around being a human.
So I saw a theory floating around.
I already know
I kind of buy it, where they brought him in for a workout after they had signed him. They're like, all right, let's see what you got. And then, like, first step, just,
I was like, there's no way. That's my theory that I'm buying. I think that what happened was he was like, bet, I'm coming back. And they were like, this is going to be great. Then he did it. So he hasn't been walking around with a grade 3 hamstring.
No,
it
I think
just happened before the physical. I'm convinced.
I think he got hurt in the physical or doing a workout.
And was like, well, I can't
after.
tell them, like, hey,
like,
guys, I actually think I pulled something. He was like, maybe if I suck in. Maybe if I hold my breath.
It's like, why are you walking with a limp there, Frank? Nothing.
No, you like just tore your hamstring right now.
Why is it all purple?
You
why is
tore
your
it.
leg purple?
Wait, are you okay? Is your blood fine? No, you tore that 5 minutes ago.
That's got to stink for Lions fans because, like, I mean, he's one of the best centers in the league when he is playing and is healthy. He's a former All-Pro. Yeah, when he has connected hamstrings. And they were probably like, all right, we're back. Like, we're going to get back to where we were because we got Ragnow coming back. Nope.
What's the worst injury you think you could, like, walk through? Like, you could go through a day before being like, I really should go to the doctor.
I mean, maybe like a torn ACL or something like that.
You think you could get through a day with a torn ACL?
There are guys that walk off the field with a torn ACL.
And then go to the hospital and have surgery.
I think
Richard Sherman, that was an Achilles.
Yeah. Well, when I tore my Achilles, it was at the start of my workday.
Okay, I'll say this. When you tore your Achilles, did you think back to, like, when athletes you still do a free throw or you still walk off the field with an Achilles and go, like, how did you do that?
I think of, like...
Could you walk at all?
I could limp. Like, I was limping from, room to room.
Okay. So you didn't put your heart into it.
No, I did not.
You didn't.
I didn't ask Matt Nelson and Bump to carry me into the studio.
Did you?
Like
Yes,
Kellen Winslow coming off the field against the Dolphins in the 80s. Guys, I need a lift here.
It looks like Brandon Ayuk will be looking for another team in 2026 after the 49ers voided his guarantees. John Lynch was asked whether it's realistic that we'll see Ayuk play this season.
Realistic, I'm not sure. Hopeful, yeah, so
I think that's kind of where I'd leave that. You know, he continues to rehab, and hopefully that's, you know, like I've always said, is we're a better football team when Brandon's out there, and I hope that's the case. But I think that's probably what it is hope right now, and I wish it were a little bit more than that.
That contract extension did not work out.
No.
An exceptional season before then. Like, I remember the debate, and I remember thinking, like, come on, you just got to do it. And, it's obviously backfired.
It was, yes, it was at a point where it was like, well, this, you have to do this because of what he gave to that
But think
Super
about
Bowl
it.
team.
Just over a year ago, he signed that extension.
Yeah, and now, I mean, he missed, most of last season? Yeah. He's missed all of this season. That's got to go down as one of the absolute worst contracts. He played in 7 games last year.
Okay, so he signed it in August 2024. Okay, so he's played since signing that contract in August 2024, 7 games.
25 receptions.
So he has 25 receptions on the lifetime of this contract.
No touchdowns, 374 yards.
So for 4-year, $120 million extension, he gave you 25 receptions.
Ugh.
It's not his fault.
It's wild how the 49ers have had some massive moves blow up entirely in their face, and it doesn't slow them down at all.
How many other, and it sounds like we're praising the 49ers, it's just that it's weird. How many other teams could make a massive trade to take a quarterback at number 3 overall, never have that guy be their starter, and then be like, well,
we're fine. We're going to the Super Bowl anyway. Yeah.
Crazy. Jackson Dart took another big shot in the Giants' loss on Monday night, but he doesn't sound like he's afraid of contact.
No, look, like, I understand the question, but this is football. Like, I'm gonna get hit if I'm in the pocket or outside the pocket. Like, I feel like I've played this way my whole entire life. This shouldn't be like any shocker to anybody if you've followed along with my career. And we're not playing soccer out here. Like, you're gonna get hit. Things happen. It's part of the game.
To that point, Adam Schefter says there are growing concerns in New York about Dart's playing style and his penchant for putting himself in danger.
There have been people that repeatedly have talked to him and messaged him about it, but it's one of those things. It's just his habit. It's the way he plays. It's almost like trying to get somebody that has something that they're so used to break that habit. And that was a perfect example last night on the sideline there, where he's trying to get that extra yard. He's right along the sideline. Just step out of bounds. Step out. What are we doing? I don't know if anybody's going to get through that. I really don't.
Well,
I mean, there are worse problems to have as a player.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
There are
it will
technically
impact
worse-
his availability.
Yeah, there are worse problems to have, but like, the most important thing you can do is be available. Yes, I'd love it if you understood a playbook and didn't have behavioral problems, but getting yourself hurt frequently is a problem.
Yes.
Like, we all like toughness, and we all want to praise it,
Mm-hmm.
but that can also completely sidetrack a career.
True. I mean, Tua was on a upward trajectory until he started having his concussion problems.
Yeah,
and-
got a massive extension.
Yeah. I still think Jackson Dart has more than enough time to fix this going forward. Now, I do appreciate him saying, contact's part of the game. Like, I can't play scared out there. But also, you got to just kind of make a little bit more business decisions. Like Patrick Mahomes, you never see him get hit like that.
Yeah.
You never see Josh Allen get hit like that. You
No,
never
because
see-
Josh Allen's going to flop.
Right. You never.
Or he'll hit you back.
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge dude, too. Like, he can take some contact, but yeah, Jackson Dart, I think he still can be a good quarterback in the NFL, but would love to see him finish games and be out there a lot more than he has been this season. Because I think whoever gets that Giants job as head coach, I think despite all the dysfunction going on and like the Abdul Carter stuff that we talked about earlier in the show, like, I still think there are pieces there to make it work. I mean, Malik Neighbors, he's out for the season. Like,
Scattaboo.
Yeah,
They've
Scattaboo.
lost so many pieces.
Yeah. If everybody's healthy, I think it's a decent team.
Netflix has renewed their quarterback series for a 3rd season. Filming is expected to take place during the 2026 season. Who are you hoping they tap for this one?
I feel like Jackson Dart would be an interesting one, too.
I would love to see a young quarterback be one of them. Maybe they'll get like a Caleb Williams with the Bears.
Maybe.
That seems like a prime candidate.
I think so. Jaden Daniels, I don't see. His mom's very protective of.
But I'd love to watch that unfold. I want to watch an episode of Quarterback where Jaden Daniels tries to go on a date and his mom is there on the date.
And he's out past like 11 p.m.
Bro, you gotta. I'm sorry. All due respect to. Love a mom taking care of her kids, but you're an adult.
You're like 24 years old.
You gotta be able to go on a date. That's crazy. But I would watch an episode. I'd watch an episode.
Has Kirk Cousins been on both seasons of it?
Yeah, I don't want to see any repeats. I don't want to see Mahomes.
I'm done with Kirk Cousins.
I don't want to see Cousins. Yeah, I don't need to see any more of Kirk Cousins. I get that the drama's juicy because you'll be watching just a season of him being benched or even being in the league. I don't know. It's for 2026.
I feel like they go with like one star quarterback, one maybe mid-tier quarterback, and then a guy that's kind of like bounces back and forth between starter and second string.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be one of them.
I think so.
Because the Bears are a story themselves. It's a major, major city, but also Caleb Williams seems like he absolutely would embrace that.
I feel like Jalen Hurts would be boring on it.
I do too.
He seems a little too put together.
But the Eagles would be interesting.
Well, speaking of the Eagles and drama, their in-season Hard Knocks debuts tonight.
That's thank you, Curtis. 6 p.m. on HBO.
That's right.
NFC East is the division that will be followed. Seattle Sports is proud to team up with Cairo News Radio to celebrate 37 years of holiday magic. Join us December 10th as Cairo News Radio shares stories of hope as they highlight the amazing work Treehouse does for youth and foster care across Washington. Learn how you can help make the season brighter at mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic or text MAGIC to 888-973-5476. Still to come, lots of talk about how the Seahawks and whether the Seahawks can get to a Super Bowl.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
I understand the Vikings aren't great, but still.
Their right guard, Fries, he got beat so fast by Big Cat.
Yeah.
And the only thing faster than that sack was Will Fries sticking his hand out to help the quarterback up. I would cut him right there on the spot. I mean, he just turned around and stuck his hand out there like, hey, Parker, how you doing? Let me help you up. And I was just like, dude, get out.
On YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Winter's here, Seattle. Is your roof ready? Get $500 off by scheduling your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com. Let us make your roofing project easy this winter. Our certified crews deliver worry-free installations backed by industry-leading warranties, even in the rainy season. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Superior Linen Service. 98 years providing logoed apparel, uniforms, floor mats, linens, and more. Give us a call. We answer the phone. Superior Linen Service. Visit suplinen.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game. Sunday, December 14th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown! Seahawks! Ken Walker III! Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
Dave Wyman joined by Dr. Daniel Landis. He's on the Swedish CyberKnife team treating prostate cancer. Dr. Landis, how do patients feel about their experience?
Patients overall tell me that their experience was really amazing. They had minimal disruption of their lives. They didn't have to take time off work. And they tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you're diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We have been having a Super Bowl themed conversation all day long. Someone told me I'm going to jinx the Seahawks. And then I had to say, I don't believe in jinxes, which is exactly what got me into trouble last time. So what I'm going to say instead is, I think this is a fun conversation to have because I like this conversation, and that's what I'm sticking with. So, coming up at 1, can the Seahawks win a Super Bowl? How confident do you feel? 1 to 10. What's keeping you from being a 10 if you're not? That's the conversation we're going to have at 1. I'm going to dig back into the text line, a lot of listener responses, so I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can there. But right now, we're going to talk about the step that is certainly going to help you get there. Winning the NFC West. And Curtis, earlier we talked with Rob Staton and asked him, okay, well, how many wins would it take?
I think it's possibly going to be, it may need 13 wins. The Rams and the Niners have both got quite a few winnable games. Obviously, they get to play the Seahawks twice as well. I do think the rest of Seattle's schedule is enticing with the opportunity. And I like the fact they've got to play the Rams and the Niners again, because I don't want to go into the postseason without having beaten either of these two teams. And if they lose both of those games or lose to the Rams, then at least you can measure your expectations perhaps for the playoffs. I do think you probably, my sort of prediction before the season began was that I thought 11 wins would win you the NFC West, and I don't think that's going to be enough. I think maybe 12 might not be enough. It might need 13. It is such a tough division.
Let's talk about it. And by that, I mean, Curtis, we're looking at the remaining schedules for these teams. Seattle has the toughest of the three between the Rams, 49ers, and Seattle. Their next 5, Falcons, Colts, Rams, and Colts and Rams are on a short week, both at home. Panthers, 49ers. Okay. The Rams are going to have the Cardinals, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, Cardinals. One shared opponent there with the Falcons.
Yeah, and 2 of those 5 against potential playoff teams.
2 of the 5, but then also taking on eliminated teams here.
Arizona twice.
Atlanta twice.
Yeah.
49ers have
They have a bye this week.
a bye. Titans on December 14th. Colts, Bears, and then Seahawks.
I think it's going to be
13 sound right?
Yeah, because the Rams and 49ers have much more favorable schedules than the Seahawks have left. And I think if the Seahawks win the division and then ultimately I think sew up home field advantage with that, then yes, I think the Seahawks should be the favorite to win the NFC. Because navigating their way through the final 4 games of this regular season, all 4 against playoff caliber teams, like if you're able to win 3 or all 4 of those games, like yes, you are legit, you are for real. Like you should be considered among the Super Bowl favorites this season. And you're going to absolutely need to do that because of what the Rams and 49ers have left. Like 49ers, they get a kick back this week. Like they don't have to worry about losing. Like they're not going to fall. I mean, they may fall a half game further out of the NFC West race, depending on what the Seahawks and Rams do this week. But like they get the benefit of not falling even further back with a loss this week.
I just don't have a lot of faith in the Cardinals handing the Rams 2 losses here. That makes your game against them an absolute must-win, which we knew would be either way, right?
Yeah.
You can't get swept and then take it. So you got to win that one no matter what. And then you're looking at the Lions, I would think, on December 14th as being like, please, Detroit, we beg of you, handle the Rams.
Yeah, that Lions game.
That's going to be in L.A.
Lions-Rams, December 14th. Need the Lions to win that one desperately because, looking at the rest of the Rams schedule, outside of that Seahawks game on the 18th, there is not another game that you look at and say, well, the Rams have a shot at dropping this one.
Now, let's say, and I'm sorry to do this, let's say that the Seahawks don't get the 13 wins they need.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers have a nice little bye. The Rams get 2 games against the Cardinals, right? Like they have a slightly easier path than you do, even if you do control 2 games there against them. But let's say that you don't get those 13 wins. Let's say the Rams take the number 1 seed, win the NFC West. What's your confidence level knowing the Seahawks road record with them then getting to a Super Bowl should they have to go the wild card route?
I think of potential wild card teams in the NFC, I think the Seahawks are the best of that group. And I think they can absolutely navigate their way through to at least an NFC Championship game if they do have to take the path of going on the road to start the playoffs. I think that is not something that I'm too terribly concerned with, which is weird because normally, a road environment on the playoffs or in the playoffs, that's something you don't ever want to concern yourself with. You want to stay at home. You want to play with home field advantage every single game. But like Mike McDonald's career record on the road is 10-2, and or like 11-2 or something like that. And 10 of those wins all came consecutively. You've got a Seahawks defense that plays just as good on the road as they do at home. Like it has not been an issue for them playing away from Seattle anywhere. And I mean, you look at what they did against the Rams. If it wasn't for the turnovers that the Seahawks had against LA, they're probably winning that ball game.
Can I say those 2 games are incredibly frustrating?
Yeah.
Look, the 49ers still have 9 wins right now. So far be it for me to be like, you got the good version. But you did get the version that had Nick Bosa and Fred Warner still.
Right.
So you did get the best version of the 49ers. You also lost deep in your own territory. What was it, 17-13? The final, you would have needed a touchdown no matter what.
Well, and the Seahawks were driving for the go-ahead score, and then they turned the ball over.
And then Sam Darnold fumbles. You lost by a field goal difference. Like, that would have won you the game, that
Mm-hmm.
field goal against the Rams, despite turning it over 4 times. Like, it is frustrating to think of those two losses, should you get to tiebreaker situations, proving so costly when they were so close.
Yeah.
So, go Lions, I guess.
Go Lions.
And you know what? Go Cardinals.
That's right.
Fly Cardinals fly, I've always
been a huge Cardinals fan.
Cardinals fan. I love
tweet.
I
as I
love
say.
the color red.
Yeah.
I love all birds.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's not really a bird I don't like.
Right.
And the one I like the most is the cardinal.
Brothers in Flight.
Unite against. Unite. Can the Seahawks win a Super Bowl? That's next.
First shutout win for the Seahawks.
Wyman and Bob.
Since September 27th of 2015.
Remember that well.
Do you? No, I don't either. Had to look it up.
Every afternoon at 2.
It was kind of a weird game. I mean, it was just kind of a grind towards the end, but I mean, you hold any NFL team to a shutout, I don't care how bad they are, it's something to be proud of.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Target, gifting has never been easier. This Saturday and Sunday, Target gift cards are 10% off with Target Circle. Treat everyone on your list to something you know they'll love. Gift cards for the trendsetters, the techies, the fashionistas, the foodies, and even yourself. The perfect time to save is now. This deal is a yearly fave, so hurry. Get more gifting for your buck and save 10% on Target gift cards with Target Circle for 2 days only. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. People want to do business with someone they can trust, who's a real person. They don't feel like you're just going after their money. And when you take the time to get to know them, get to know their needs, remember their name, remember their kids' names, and just be there to help them and sort of, not be a car salesman, but be a consultant, then they feel more comfortable with you, and the experience is better on both sides. Each individual person has an opportunity to sort of unveil our company spirit and their own individual personality and their ability to serve. I myself, I have helped some families in the sense that, I've helped mom, helped dad, and then 2 years later, here's our daughter, she needs a car now. And it's one of the biggest compliments to know that you've earned this family's trust, that now you're their guy. You want to be their guy.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit NourishingNeighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
What's up, everybody? It's Michael Bumpus. Seattle U's men's basketball team is hosting some big games at Climate Pledge. Come see teams like Washington State, and Gonzaga. First game is December 7th against UTEP. Grab your tickets at goseattleu.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert underwent surgery to repair a fracture in his left hand yesterday. He's currently considered day-to-day. His status for Sunday's game against the Eagles will be determined later this week.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Well, if it isn't me going full circle here with the theme, wrapping up with the same question we opened the show with now that we've had a bunch of guests on and talked about a couple stats. Can the Seahawks, this year's Seahawks, win a Super Bowl? What's your confidence 1 through 10? And if you're relatively low with your confidence, tell me why. Mm-hmm. And Curtis Rogerson from Michael Bumpus, I started the show by asking you whether or not they could, and both you and I agreed this defense is good enough. In fact, as part of 4 Down territory earlier today, another thing we learned is that of the last 5 Super Bowl winners, last year's Eagles allowed the fewest points per game with 18.1. That is exactly where the 2025 Seahawks are. The Seahawks defense looks, feels, sounds like a Super Bowl defense, right? By the way, we're going to play that game coming up again at 1:15, but I've got some new questions now.
Okay.
But Curtis, it feels like every single person is focused on the offense and in particular quarterback.
Right. And obviously that's very fair because of the importance that a quarterback is to every team. I mean, you look at recent Super Bowl winners, who's the worst quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Probably Jalen Hurts. And
I think we can look at Nick Foles.
Yeah, I mean,
are we going last 5 only?
Yeah, I would say maybe because that was 2017. Yeah, I would say Nick Foles definitely the worst. But also
bear down.
Carson, yes, exactly, bear down, obviously. But Carson Wentz did the heavy lifting of that season.
You'd have to go way, way, way back to start looking at like Dilfer.
Yeah, Brad Johnson, those guys. But
ago.
For the most part, it's got to be
it's Mahomes,
a really
Brady,
good quarterback.
It's Manning.
Yeah, it's Roethlisberger. I mean, Joe Flacco, you could probably put in that group of like lesser tier guys.
It's just the Ravens over and over having bad quarterbacks.
The second they get a really good one in Lamar Jackson, they can't get back to the Super Bowl.
Eli Manning?
Yeah, I mean, Eli, I think was...
Eli's borderline because Eli, who I think both times did it as a wild card team, right? I think that Eli is in that camp of when quarterbacks aren't a top 3 quarterback, we go, they're awful.
Yeah.
And the truth is they're
pretty good.
Perfectly fine.
I would take him.
Good,
I would have
and consistent.
If I could give his career to any quarterback coming into the NFL.
Oh, you mean like 18 years or whatever with the same team?
Yeah, I feel like more often than not, every quarterback would be like, yeah, I'd be all right with that. 2 Super Bowls.
509, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is.
But I think, too, the things that were a common bond of teams that did not have elite quarterback play. They had elite defense.
Yes.
The Eagles had an elite defense last year. They had an elite defense in 2017.
The Giants,
exactly.
They were also really, really hot.
Yes, they did, but also that pass rush, both Super Bowls, making life hell on Tom Brady.
Yeah, still a record holder.
The Ravens in 2012, Joe Flacco got incredibly hot in the playoffs, but for the most part, it was the defense that year that got them to that point in the season.
That was Lewis's last
That was
season?
That was his last game, was that Super Bowl, but they still had guys like, I think Terrell Suggs was out there, Haloti Ngata, just really good players on that defense.
So is this defense good enough to win with a quarterback that isn't?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I think this defense, we talked about the eye test with Nate Tice. They passed the eye test with flying colors. I have had very little to basically no concern at all when the defense is out on the field this season. We had Mina Kimes on a few weeks ago before that Rams game, and she had said something to the effect of, like, I get excited when the Seahawks defense hits the field the way that I used to when the Legion of Boom was out there. And I am seeing that more and more. I'm feeling that more and more as the Seahawks continue to have great defensive performances. And, like, look, the Vikings, that was a terrible offense, but that's what a great defense does to a terrible offense. They leave no room for them to breathe, and that's exactly what they did from the opening kickoff to the final whistle on Sunday. So,
and forget whether or not it was a quarterback who had 8 pass attempts before then. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
You still had 5 takeaways.
Yeah.
Do you know how many defenses have played bad quarterbacks over the last however many years?
Yeah.
Like, you shut them out for the first time since 2007. Your first shutout for the first time in 10 years. Your most takeaways in a game for the first time in 2019. Yes, Brosmer is part of that equation.
Yeah.
But he is not the reason your defense looked so exceptional. Your defense is exceptional.
Yeah. So I think my confidence level in the Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl with the roster currently as is, and just with the issues that currently is as is, like, I mean, obviously you're not going to say, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10, but I think they have a greater than maybe 33% chance odds of getting there, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's exceptional.
A team in this spot. Like, I think you play this season out. You simulate it to this point in the season. Everybody has the records that they have, and the finish to the season gets simulated 10 different times. I think the Seahawks end up in the Super Bowl at least a couple, if not maybe 3 or 4 of those times.
What would keep them?
I think
Sam turning the ball over?
Yes. I think so.
Because you've already established the run game itself isn't something that you're like, I don't think this would keep them out. I think that what would keep them out
I think the turnovers would be the thing that I'm the most concerned with, especially because, like I said earlier in the show, you're going to be then giving good to great teams extra chances at putting points up on the board. That is going to put even more pressure on your defense to continue to play at an elite level. And, it's one thing this time of year to turn the ball over, but, like, when everybody has played, 17, 18, 19 games, you're in the NFC Championship game, like, there's a lot of wear and tear still coming to this defense, and hopefully they are able to hold up and not have, some unnecessary possessions that they're out there for.
Let's talk about environment. Someone said Sam's as good as Dilfer. I would argue Sam is significantly better than Dilfer.
Yeah,
however,
there's some throws that Sam Darnold makes that Trent Dilfer's head would explode if he saw it.
I think offenses score more now than they used to in 2000. Not quite as much as they did in 17, 18-ish, but still a lot. I think quarterback play is better and sharper and more dynamic, right? There's no like, you're a pocket passer, you're a mobile passer. It's you got to do everything. Like, quarterbacks are exceptional. This year, though, our most exceptional quarterbacks in the league are not on exceptional teams. The Ravens have struggled. Lamar Jackson still doesn't look 100%. The Bills are fine offensively. I mean, Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns not long ago in a game, 3 rushing, 3 passing. They have the best rushing offense in football. Also, their defense allows more rushing yards than anyone else. That's a problem. Patrick Mahomes is on a Chiefs team that just lost to Dallas and maybe knocked out of the playoffs. They're certainly not winning the AFC West, which is the first time that's happened since 2016. So I think landscape this year is part of the conversation too. And when I look at the toughest teams and who the Seahawks are going to have to get by, I look at their own conference, which is bad luck because that's quite literally the path you're going to take to get to a Super Bowl. But I feel good about them being able to beat any team from the AFC.
Yeah, I think they match up great with any team in the AFC.
I think if you get to it's the opposite of the conversation we were having about the American League.
Yeah.
If you
get there.
Yeah, we were like, oh, the path for the Mariners, the American League's wide open. It's not so great. Whoever you face in the National League, they're probably going to win. Now, that ended up happening. But the opposite is kind of true where I'm like, God, if you could get to a Super Bowl, I cannot think of an AFC team that is without a fundamental flaw.
Yeah.
Shockingly, because they have, I think, the league's best quarterbacks, but that's not what they are this year.
You know what's weird is I'm looking at the NFC playoff picture right now, and as it currently stands, the Bears would have the first round bye. They would not play in the wild card round. The 2 versus 7 matchup in the first round would be Rams and 49ers.
Hell yeah.
Sure, yeah, because that knocks off one Super Bowl contender immediately out of the gate. The
Seattle would play Tampa?
Seattle would play Tampa on the road.
Okay,
and then Green Bay would
that's if it was today, obviously.
Yeah, Green Bay would play Philly on the road.
Get Philly out of here.
Right. So of those 3 wildcard matchups, I feel like the Seahawks would have the most favorable opponent.
Well, yeah,
in
because
the Bucs.
that opponent is not the one that you faced when they dropped 38 on you here in Seattle.
And they're so banged up as well. But like Rams 49ers in the opening round, I'm sitting here so concerned with like you're going to have to face one of those 2 teams if you make it all the way to the NFC Championship game. But I mean, not if what we see on December 2nd is what it ends up being after Week 18. It would be. Yeah, the Seahawks would actually have like maybe the most enviable matchup of any team in that first round. But that shouldn't mean like, oh, well, I'd rather they go that route than, getting home field advantage. Obviously not. Like if you can go get home field advantage and run the table here to finish off the regular season, do it. Absolutely do it because that extra bye week is going to be huge. It's going to be necessary. You don't want to have to go 3 games on the road because that's just a path that very few teams have ever taken and have gotten to the Super Bowl. I think only maybe like 4 or 5 teams ever have been able to pull that off. Unfortunately, the Seahawks were victim to one of them, the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2005. But
why, Curtis?
I know, sorry, but it's a tough road.
Before we get to a new 4-down territory, let me read you some listener responses, which is something I promised earlier. Scott and Bonnie Lake says, without having a top-notch run game, we turned pretty one-dimensional. Needing to pass, the defense is awesome, but we need more stability in the run. Then we have 206. Offensive line is the root cause of turnovers. I'd argue Sam Darnold accounts for quite a few of those. Certainly did against LA. But I hear you in that the offensive line is some concerns for this fan. 206. We have a good defense, but we need to step it up a notch in order to make up for Sam's mistakes if we want to go to a Super Bowl. So this 206 is saying, look, the defense is great, but to get there with the offense that I saw against Minnesota, says the 206, they're going to need to be exceptional.
Yeah. I think so. I think, there's going to be no room for them to be anything less than their very best. And it's funny, too, Stacy, because at the beginning of the season, we looked at what the AFC was going to be, and we were like, well, you can Sharpie in the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chiefs. Like those teams are absolutely going to be in the playoffs, and you're probably going to have to go through Kansas City in order to win a Super Bowl. Like that is not the case this season. Buffalo is probably the only team of that group that I have confidence in that can, advance through the AFC playoffs and can maybe get to a Super Bowl this year. I mean, maybe Baltimore, but again, they looked so bad on Thursday against Cincinnati. Whereas in the NFC now, a tough team in the Rams, tough team in the Packers, the 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily completely discounting the Eagles either, but yeah, it's going to be really tough for whoever makes it out of the NFC to get to the Super Bowl,
Yes.
which is crazy.
I think, look, every single text I'm getting to has questions about Sam Darnold, including one listener who called him Sam Bradford. But I get what you're saying, because kind of. But I know what everyone's focused on. Texters have made it clear. Everyone has questions about the offense. Now, it varies. Some people are a little more concerned about pass protection. Some people are a little more concerned about the run games. Others are a little more concerned about what the pass game looks like when JSN's taken out of it. So some varied responses, but the offense is far and away, with Sam Darnold probably taking up the biggest slice of pie, the concern there. I think that one thing I want to settle on before we get to 4 downs is I can't remember the last time having a conversation that was this sincere about Super Bowl odds.
Right.
So
yeah,
to your point, yeah, it's going to be exceptionally difficult. The NFC is a very tough path. It's a very crowded race. The number 1 and number 7 seeds have 9 wins right now.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the last time I so sincerely believed that they have a chance. Am I putting them as the number 1 team? They're definitively getting there. No, I don't feel as confident about this team as I did in 2013. At least my memories of 2013. I remember being very confident. But it's close, and it's been a long time since I felt that way.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to have because, yeah, we haven't had legitimate conversations like this. It's always kind of been like, well, you know, maybe if things go their way, but it's like, no, it's very real considering all that we have seen from this Seahawks team and just how dominant they have looked at times this season. It feels a lot different than really any Seahawks team of the last decade.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we did last time with 4 down territory is keep it on theme. Each question was about the previous 5 Super Bowl winners, counting the Chiefs as 2 teams. And I asked you 4 questions: most points per game, fewest points per game, the quarterback who threw the most interceptions, which defense had the most sacks. And the point was not only to test your own knowledge of these teams, but also to figure out how close the Seahawks are to that. Curtis, this didn't go very well for you last time.
It did not.
Did it?
Wow. I think I got this one now.
Well, I don't think you do, Curtis. You
I
said
got
that.
it.
You said that.
I got it.
You said
I
it
think
about
you said
each
that last
one.
time, though. I
You
got
said it about
it
each
wrong.
one. I remember it like it was yesterday. Of the last 4 Super Bowl winners, 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Which Curtis is like, get to the question. Which winning team's defense had the most sacks during the down during the regular season?
Lock it in. Tampa Bay Bucks. Final answer.
No. Heartbreaking. Do you want to guess again?
Eagles.
No? Do you want to guess again?
Wow. It's either Chiefs or Rams. It always be your own that turn on you folks.
Do you want to
All
guess?
that I've done for these
Do you
teams.
wanna
The Chiefs.
Not now, Curtis.
in
We're remembering.
22. Wow, the 23 Chiefs.
Chiefs is the correct answer.
Wow.
Curtis, let's see if you can do better this time around. So first down.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
You can only answer with one of these: the 2019 Chiefs, 2018 Patriots, 2017 Eagles, 2016 Patriots, or 2015 Broncos. Okay,
Easy.
We're moving it 5 years forward now.
Easy.
Which winning team during the regular season averaged the most points per game?
Most points per game. I wish this wasn't the first question. I remember that 2019 Chiefs team being one of the more explosive offenses that we've seen in a long time. I'm wondering if one of those Patriots teams maybe eclipsed them in terms of overall point production, but I'm going to say the 2019 Chiefs scored the most points per game.
Unfortunately, you are correct.
That's right. That's right.
The 2019 Chiefs, out of all those Super Bowl winners during the regular season, averaged 29.9 points per game. Once again, our pattern continues. This year's Seahawks averaging 29.2. Those Chiefs were second in the league. This year's Seahawks are third. But keeping with the theme, you're kind of on pace for what Super Bowl winning seasons look like. Second down. Which of those teams, 2019 Chiefs, 2018 Patriots, 2017 Eagles, 2016 Patriots, 2015 Broncos. Which of those 5 Super Bowl winners allowed the fewest points per game in the regular season?
I'm going to say
defense.
I'm going to say the stingiest defense of that group. Probably the one that is remembered most, I would say it would be the Broncos no-fly zone of 2015.
Wrong.
Wow,
Wrong.
really?
You want to take another guess?
I just want to say, Broncos fans talk about that defense in the same breath as Legion of Boom. Miss me with that entirely. Shut up, Broncos fans.
Listen, that Broncos defense limited opponents to 17.9 points per game. That is better than this year's Seahawks, okay? However, it was actually
the Eagles?
The 2016 Patriots.
Okay.
16.4 points allowed per game.
Right.
That was a stingy defense and a very good Patriots team, unfortunately. Third down. 18.1 is where the 2025 Seahawks defense is right now. Okay. Which quarterback during the regular season threw the most interceptions? Was it 2019 Patrick Mahomes, 2018 Brady, 2017 Wentz? I did Wentz, not Foles. 2016 Brady, or 2015 Peyton Manning?
Oh, Peyton Manning was awful in 2015. It's got to be him. It has to be him.
Peyton Manning.
He was one of Peyton Manning, all-time legend in the game, like probably top 2 or 3 quarterback ever. He was basura in 2015. So bad.
Bonus question, ready? I asked this same question of you in the last 4 Down Territory.
Okay.
It was about the previous 5 seasons, meaning it included the 2021 Rams. The answer there was Matthew Stafford in terms of the quarterback that threw the most interceptions during the regular season. Did Matthew Stafford in 2021 and Peyton Manning in 2015 throw for the same amount of interceptions?
17.
Or did Stafford throw for more or less?
I think.
Who threw more? Or were they the same?
Well, because Manning didn't play a full season. Brock Osweiler played maybe like 5 or 6 games that year. Manning still threw for I want to say 14 interceptions. Stafford had 17. So I'm going to say, or did Manning have even more than 14?
Take your time.
I'm going to say,
Take your time.
I'm still going to say Matthew Stafford had more interceptions than Peyton Manning did.
It's kind of a trick question.
They have the same?
They have the same.
Wow, 17 interceptions
I don't
from Peyton
remember
Manning?
Matthew Stafford. I remember that year's Peyton Manning being like, the Carolina Panthers offense was exceptional. Cam was MVP. And the whole thing was, can this excellent Denver defense stop Cam? And Peyton's out here throwing ducks, right? And what a change from 2013 when they were the number 1 offense. That was the whole thing. I didn't remember. So he had 17 interceptions. I didn't remember in 2021 everyone talking about Matthew Stafford leading the league in interceptions. Am I just totally blanking on that conversation?
I don't remember it either. I think it's the Rams had such a good
both quarterbacks
defense.
won, obviously, a Super Bowl, but I don't remember everyone complaining about Matthew Stafford leading the league in interceptions, and yet he and Peyton Manning threw 17.
Manning only had 9 touchdowns that year.
That's all he needed.
Had
Nine's crazy,
had a
though.
completion percentage below 60%. They still won the Super Bowl.
You want to know the lowest? It's not one of your questions. Tom Brady in 2016, 2.
2 interceptions the whole season.
Their defense allowed 16.4 points per game. They were 3rd in points scored as an offense, and he had 2 interceptions.
Jeez.
Of course they won a
sicko.
Super Bowl. Okay. Next and last, 4th down. Which team's defense that went on to win a Super Bowl had the most sacks during the regular season? Do you want me to go through your choices
2017 Eagles defense was really good. I want to say them. Brandon Graham, he got after it. They had some other guys on that defense. I'm going to say the 2017 Eagles.
Now, Curtis, you should have been listening to those annoying Broncos fans bragging about their defense.
That team had the most?
That annoying Broncos team had 52 sacks. Now, fun thing that we've learned now that we've gone over 10 Super Bowl winners, the Chiefs have the most sacks of the last 10 years for any Super Bowl winning defense with 57 in the regular season.
Wow.
That Eagles team, by the way, had 38, which is 2 fewer than the Seahawks have right now.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It is. What was it? The Eagles that lost to the Chiefs in 23? Didn't they have like 80 sacks going into the Super Bowl that year?
Let's see. So,
they had a ridiculous number.
Yeah, they had an absurd. If anyone knows offhand, what's the record for sacks in a single season?
Yeah.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
And then the Broncos are trying to crush that this year. The Broncos have to have 50-something right now. 60? No, they don't have 60 right now, do they? This year's Broncos right now have, let's see, 51. So the
22 Eagles in the regular season had 69 sacks. 4 guys with double-digit sacks that season.
God, just crazy. Anyways, but they didn't win a Super Bowl. No. So instead, it's the Denver Broncos, 2015 Denver Broncos defense with 52. And that is your final answer. That was fun, right?
That was.
Territory became a fun quiz about the last 10 Super Bowl winners, including some repeat teams. Let's see what's on tonight.
What's on tonight with Bump and Stacy, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot. Now, here's what's on tonight.
The latest college football playoff rankings will be unveiled at 4 p.m. on ESPN. Hype Train coming your way next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
I understand the Vikings aren't great, but still.
Their right guard, Fries, he got beat so fast by Big Cat.
Yeah.
And the only thing faster than that sack was Will Fries sticking his hand out to help the quarterback up. I would cut him right there on the spot. I mean, he just turned around and stuck his hand out there like, hey, Parker, how you doing? Let me help you up. And I was just like, dude, get out.
On YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
Calling all Seahawks fans, this is Cliff Averill. I'm here to announce Away Game Rumble at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, sponsored by Corona and Modelo. Take football Sundays to the next level with a free viewing party at Galaxy for every away game. Count on giveaways, specials, big screens, big action, and so much more. Full details at muckleshootcasino.com/rumble. Don't miss Away Game Rumble only at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, well, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. And for the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6, 7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
The Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Salish Cancer Center are excited to announce the 3rd annual Giving Hope Gala. You can help support the Giving Hope Gala December 13th at the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center and raise money for the Patient Financial Assistance Fund. The Salish Cancer Center helps anyone battling cancer, and attending this incredible event supports that cause. For tickets, sponsorship, and additional information on the Giving Hope Gala, visit puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic, and it's time to make the final push to the end of the year. Do you want to lose weight, improve your health, and have more energy? We have a proven system and a team of health coaches that have helped over 4,000 people in Washington lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. No gimmicks, no tricks, no drugs, just teaching you how to become a fat-burning machine and keep it off long-term. Visit EastsideWeightLossClinic.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Yeah, don't wait until the new year to start. Make a big change in your life now and take advantage of their biggest sale of the year, $300 off. I used Eastside Weight Loss Clinic, and I lost 35 pounds in just 8 weeks. This is a plan you can definitely do around the holidays and still enjoy those delicious meals.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, and you can do our program remotely from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation at EastsideWeightLossClinic.com. That's EastsideWeightLossClinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
You've heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Since 1926, my family's been helping local businesses make great first, second, and long-term impressions. We know how to make your company look good with quality uniforms, logoed apparel, floor mats, linens, and more. If you're paying for linen service or doing it yourself, let's have the conversation. The information and quote are free, but the savings and service can really add up. Visit SUPlinen.com. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What I need to know coming your way in 15 minutes. Get your questions in. 866-979-3776. Text those now. Right now, let's head to the station for Hype Train. Getting started with college football for this one. Bye, Lane Kiffin. He's on his way to LSU, leaving Ole Miss with an interim coach, but also still a ticket to the college football playoff. Your first Hype Train. Ole Miss wins at least one playoff game.
Never, and I say never, underestimate the power of a locker room scorn. I think Ole Miss does win at least one college football playoff game, so I'm boarding this train. I think those guys are going to be motivated. I don't think we're going to see as big of an exodus as we do like when Jake Dickert left for Wake Forest and when Kalen DeBoer left for Alabama. Just kind of looking at some mock college football playoff brackets right now. Ole Miss would probably start at home in that first round. They wouldn't get a bye, obviously, because they didn't win the SEC. But I think they would play, as it currently stands, I'm looking at one, they would play the ACC champ, so either Duke or Virginia. I think Ole Miss is better than them. And then they would have to go on the road probably to Georgia, the number 3 seed.
Where it gets tough.
Yeah. But Ole Miss played Georgia really close earlier this season, so I think they get at least one win in the college football playoff. And I think the road ends there. But
yeah, I think we're all expecting Indiana, Ohio State. This is not going to be an Ole Miss story, but it would be cool.
Ole Miss is the people's champ this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's rooting for them.
Here's the thing about Lane Kiffin. I think if you asked a lot of people, why do you hate Lane Kiffin? They wouldn't even have an answer. Yeah. I've never stepped foot in Oxford. And I'm like, man, that sleazeball.
Yeah.
No reason at all.
LSU, no miss, man, I'll tell you what.
Hey,
Paul Feinbaum.
LSU is a better job.
He was never a fit in Oxford.
Wow.
That's why.
That's crazy.
Angry
That's
Southern
a good SEC voice.
Yeah.
That's a really good.
I mean, Ole Miss is like, when you think of SEC programs, like they're one that I have like the least amount of issue with. Like I've never.
True.
They've never scorned me or anybody like
I'm
that.
fine with them.
Yeah, but like Alabama, I don't want to see them win. Georgia, tired of them winning.
Never.
But Ole
Ohio
Miss,
State, get them
sure.
out of here. I know we're going out of the SEC for that, but it's basically the same. They're all the worst. Yeah, I'll board this one too.
Yeah.
You've convinced me on that first round, and like you, I think that's where it ends as well. Matt, do you want to play it all or pass on this one? Okay, next
Matt,
type
bigger
train.
fan, Ole Miss or Swiss Miss?
Oh, you know I'm a Swiss Miss
Yeah.
guy. Mini marshmallows especially. I'm boarding the train for mini marshmallows.
Okay. Next up. Bears are the number 1 seed in the NFC right now with 9 wins, and they're legit NFC contenders. So you don't have to decide whether or not, okay, the Bears are going to stay a number 1 seed. You're just deciding, you're boarding the train if you think the Bears are legitimate NFC contenders. They have 9 wins.
Yeah, look, the guy who normally sits in this chair was one of the first to be on this Bears bandwagon.
And to honor him.
He's not here today. So
He's still with us.
The Bears are not. Yeah, Bub is still very much with us.
Still with us.
It sounded like he ate something bad last night.
He's just out sick today.
But I don't think the Bears are going to make it to the Super Bowl. So I'm not boarding this train. They're a fun story. I think maybe they're a year away from actually being a serious threat in the NFC and to get to a Super Bowl. But right now, I think the Rams are better than them. I think the Seahawks are better than them. I think even the Packers are better than them.
Allow
I think
me
the
to
49ers are
reframe
better
this
than
hype
them.
train.
Yeah.
I want to make it the same as the first one.
Okay.
The Bears will win a playoff game. That's a more fun one. That's more fun.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
I think they get to the playoffs, maybe even host a playoff game, but
Not legit
I don't
contenders.
think they're going to win. No,
I don't think
I'm
you
not
can say
bored.
someone's a legit contender if you can't count on them winning a playoff game. Or if you
Yeah.
look at them and you go, there's not a single, you're the number 1 seed, and if you look and say there's not a single NFC playoff team right now that I would absolutely expect the Bears to beat, then they're not a legit contender. I think they could beat the 49ers. I think they could beat, I mean, shoot, Seahawks turn the ball over a ton, and that defense leads the league in takeaways. I don't think, I wouldn't count on them beating the Seahawks, but they're spicy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes. I'm boarding this train. And I have no real reason other than I just think that they play teams close. They can run the ball. Ran for 125 against a really good Eagles defensive line. And they take the ball away. They have good coaching. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Not a Super Bowl winner, but I think they could get a playoff game. Next up. The Mariners make a trade before Christmas.
I'm going to board this train. I think they do. What position do they address? I think infield is their biggest need right now. You've got first base locked down. Shortstop is taken care of. It's going to be either second or third base. And I think one of those two spots is going to get addressed. So, yeah,
Yes,
we're boarding
boarding.
that train. We're boarding that train.
I'm boarding that trade as well. I think, even when Jerry joined us not long ago, he kind of hinted at we'd love to get, maybe even work on a move or two.
Yeah.
Obviously, we couldn't ask him
Care
what
to
exactly.
share, Jerry? Yeah.
Care to tell us exactly what those moves will be?
We'll stop the recording.
Yeah, we'll take this off air. We could just go as an aside here if you want to tell us who you guys are making a move for. No, I think that's how they like to make moves and how they like to add and it's harder to predict who they acquire, but I think easier to predict how they might do it, which is they like to trade. But yeah, yes.
It is interesting, though, looking at this Mariners team, and I get that there are still holes on the roster that need to be addressed, but I don't know. December right now, it feels like there are less holes at this point in the offseason than we have seen in any recent offseason. It kind of feels like right now there's usually about 4 or 5 spots that need to get addressed. But, and maybe most of those spots are in the bullpen, but they've been adding a lot of lesser known names to the pile that guys will see in Peoria and whatnot. But yeah, I think I hope that they make some move of significance. Like, this is, if there was ever a time to kind of go all in,
It would be now.
It would be absolutely right.
Between 10 and 2.
Yes.
Monday through Friday.
Exactly.
Next up. You guys were trying to tell me about zucchini bread earlier, which I didn't know existed. And then you told me you seem like someone that would like zucchini bread, and I think you meant that in a derogatory way.
We did, yeah.
Absolutely.
Banana bread is the best bread.
I mean, it's hard to go against it. It's tried and true. It's proven. It's the safest pick. I'm gonna board this train.
Yeah,
Banana
it's like
bread.
an Andrew Luck number one overall kind of thing.
You're not playing around.
Yeah, you knew. Everyone knows what it's gonna be here. Matt, banana bread is the best bread.
If we're talking quick breads, like
What's that?
that category of breads.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what quick breads are? No. Again, Stacy seems like someone who should know what quick breads are.
I think you're insulting me.
You're right.
Quick bread.
If we're talking about quick
Look out!
breads.
It's fast!
Yes, exactly. Then I am bored. If we're talking about bread in its totality.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, well, let's cycle back. Sourdough is the best bread. In totality, in the bread family, sourdough is number one.
Without.
Does any weirdo out there even disagree with that?
Safeway makes a sourdough garlic bread.
Shut up.
It's incredible.
We're ending the show early. I'm going there right now.
Wow, sourdough.
Yeah.
Sourdough garlic bread is amazing. Sourdough bread makes the best stuffing. So it's sourdough bread, if we're going Westminster Dog Show style. Of the regular breads, it's sourdough. Of the quick breads, dessert breads, it's banana bread. And best in show is going to be sourdough. Yeah.
I think so.
I think I could have taken 10 more minutes on this topic, but get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. That's next.
First shutout win for the Seahawks.
Wyman and Bob.
Since September 27th of 2015.
Remember that well.
Do you?
No.
I don't either. Had to look it up.
Every afternoon at 2.
It was kind of a weird game. I mean, it was just kind of a grind towards the end, but I mean, you hold any NFL team to a shutout, I don't care how bad they are. It's something to be proud of.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
If you've been thinking about a new Ford, I've got great news for you. Family owned and operated, Wayscar Ford in Auburn is having their 103rd annual year-end holiday sales event. This year, all new Fords are priced at only $1 over factory invoice, and that's on the whole Ford lineup. That's right, every new Ford is priced at only $1 over factory invoice, and that's before any rebates, customer cash, or low APR financing. Plus, they all come with a lifetime powertrain warranty included at no additional cost. Press for time? No problem. They'll deliver your car to you. You'll never be pressured at Wayscar Ford, so you can purchase with confidence. That's because every single vehicle they sell comes with a full 5-day or 500-mile, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you change your mind for any reason, no problem. Bring the vehicle back for a full 100% refund. The $1 over factory invoice sale is going on right now. Check it out at wayscarford.com.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry. even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
Get rid of stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin with ProSculpt, the simple one-day permanent fat reduction and skin tightening treatment. Book your free consultation at prosculpt.com.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
We are well into the rainy season, Seattle, but it's not too late to get your roof replaced. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project this winter. Our certified technicians build a custom plan for your home, ensuring a worry-free installation even in the winter months. Replace your roof now while material prices are low and lead times are short. Stop wasting your time on costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Hey, Wyman!
Hey!
Wyman and Bob coming up
It's Dave
next.
Wyman.
It's Dave Wyman.
From the Wyman and Bob
From
show.
the Wyman and Bob show, of Wyman and Bob fame. He played football also.
Yeah. He's most known for his talk
football
show.
playing.
Yeah.
What I Need to Know. Why was The Rock known as the People's Champ, Curtis?
I believe, as the story goes, he was a huge fan of Muhammad Ali, and that was like one of Muhammad Ali's many nicknames. And so he just kind of stole it from him, I guess. But hey,
Huge
it
fan
worked.
of your work.
It
It's
worked.
mine
He's
now.
one of the most famous people in the world.
Isn't he the most, outside of Mayweather, isn't he the highest paid former athlete? Current athlete?
Well, I mean, yeah, box office.
I want to
and
say
he
The
probably
Rock net
makes
worth.
quite a bit of money.
What do you think his net worth is? Now, this is
I
Google.
would say like 300 million.
800 million.
800 million? He's nearly a billionaire?
Yes.
Insane.
Think of all the movies he's in.
Right.
And he was in that HBO show, and I'm sure, has everything
Playmakers or
trademarked. I
whatever?
bet he gets a lot of money just from having stuff trademarked.
Yeah.
What I need to know. Have you started Christmas shopping, and are your trees up?
Yes to both. Yeah. Are you no to both?
Yeah. I'm no to both, which is shocking.
When do you plan on getting a tree? Do you have a fake tree?
Yes.
Are you going to go real tree?
Well, I had a tree and then I moved.
Because you're in your new place, yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten a new tree
A new
yet.
home, I think, calls for a new tree.
Yeah, so I got to get a new tree. That's the only reason I don't have it up.
Yeah.
I was watching Christmas movies all day yesterday. So it is Christmas time,
Have
even
you
though Matt's
thought
fighting
of
back.
a theme for your Christmas decorations this
so
year?
glad
You love a
asked.
theme.
I love
know.
a theme.
Is the theme beige?
Yeah, is it brown?
It's neutrals.
Muted?
It's muted neutrals. Soft neutrals. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Everyone likes a soft, relaxing Christmas. What I need to know would adding Donovan from the Cardinals make sense for the Mariners, and what would it cost them?
I think it would make sense if you don't get Jorge Polanco, just because he kind of plays a similar position. Doesn't have necessarily the power of Polanco, but it would be a pretty decent fallback plan. What would it cost him? I wouldn't think it cost them anybody in their top 10 in terms of prospects. I think you're looking at a package similar to what they gave up for Naylor or for Suarez, where it's a guy that I'm sure we've probably heard the name of, but is not somebody that I would consider to be a potential difference maker in the next couple of years.
This person says, we were talking about bread. Newsflash, you can put any ingredient in bread dough and call it bread. I love saying newsflash. I need to say it
That's
more
one
often.
of those sayings that Bump would say.
Bump says white people are cooking.
Yeah,
and you
white
came
people
up
are
with
cooking. I
newsflash.
think newsflash is one of them. Yeah.
Newsflash. I love saying that. That reminds me. Thank you, listener. That I need to incorporate it more. I don't say it enough, and I need to. Newsflash, Curtis.
No doy. That's a good one. Yeah, no duh.
Listen here, buddy. Listen here, Chief. What I need to know. I was in the backseat of a state patrol car.
Whoa.
I wasn't arrested or in handcuffs. My car just didn't have antifreeze, and it overheated under an underpass.
So they escorted you away from it, or took you to go get antifreeze?
What's a crazy story, says this listener, that you have that you turned into a funny story? You know who's got a lot of those? Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor Jacobs.
He'll be like, oh yeah, no, I was tased when. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, and he'll start off with like the most insane part of the story.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh yeah, that one time when I was tased.
Everyone has that friend
sorry,
of
what?
when they're like, they
So me
just
and Martha
get into
Stewart were hanging
improbable
out.
stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my God, so I was talking with Marshawn Lynch, and you're like, you what? You, excuse me?
Yeah. Reba McEntire and I were partying in Vegas together.
One time I had a physical copy of the Seattle Times on my living room table. This was like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And my friend Sierra, who doesn't follow sports or know anything about sports, she points to it. I think it was a picture of Bob Condota or something. She said, oh, I know him.
Really?
It's like, what? I think it was like she was a waitress and I don't know if he was like at a restaurant or something. But just like one of those people where you're like, what?
Bob
You're connected
Condota,
to the
a good
weirdest
guy to
people.
know. Yeah.
Love Bob Condota. I don't have any of these stories though, unfortunately. Do you have a story? Were you ever in the back of a patrol car
No,
or anything? Have you ever been arrested?
No, I've not.
Are you trying hard enough?
Stacey, I have children that I go home to.
Matt, do you have any of those? Have you ever been arrested?
We know you got into a fight.
Oh my God, Matt, you
Yeah.
didn't tell us. Can you please tell us how you got in the fight?
Did you
Just
get
what
arrested
happened?
from that fight?
What happened in the fight?
Yeah, I got arrested from that fight. Spent a dime down in juvie. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
A dime. I'll need to think on that for a minute.
No.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Someone says, let me make sure I can read this on air. Give me a second.
Okay.
Someone says, I was investigated by the FBI.
Whoa.
A kidnapping joke went bad.
Yikes.
We need more details.
Yeah, that's about a.
I need to know the joke.
I don't think a joke could go any worse for somebody if it means you're investigated by the FBI. That might be the worst joke you've ever told. 425.
That's so true. Newsflash. You
Yeah.
can't be making jokes about
I would not
kidnapping.
be doing that.
What I need to know. Someone said, they just said who has, what? Between the two of you, who has more experience driving in the snow? I guess they texted in to Brock and Salk and they were asking them about driving in the snow and who would be really bad in it. You don't need to answer that question.
I wouldn't say I'm bad driving in the snow, but it just doesn't snow a lot up here.
That's the thing. I give it my best.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see. Or the friend that always has a story that's a little better than yours. Yes. What I need to know, how long till News Flash is a new segment? Whoa! But
we already have headline rewrites.
Yeah, I don't know what News Flash would be. Now, my new favorite edition is Curtis's Conspiracy Corner.
Yeah.
I think you need another conspiracy.
I know.
The Ken Walker one was so good.
It was.
Is there a Mariners one you can think of?
We'll come up with one.
We need to know.
It
has to be organic, obviously.
Right.
But I need to know what kind of weird and wacky conspiracies you're cooking up in your brain.
I need to see some moves made that just are out of the ordinary.
You need. You need some signs. You need some red flags.
Exactly.
You need to start connecting them. You need dots if you need to connect them.
That's right.
You can't just connect nothing. What I need to know. What's the best holiday drink? Oh, so this is actually important.
Drink.
There are no good holiday drinks.
Really?
Hot wine, disgusting. Eggnog, gross. That's pudding.
I
Put that
love
down.
eggnog. Eggnog is incredible. It's smooth. If you're having thick eggnog, that's eggnog that's gone
yogurt.
bad.
Yeah, that's
No. Eggnog is good.
There are none.
Have you tried cranberry Sprite? It's in stores right now.
Now that I'm interested in. Although of all the things, cranberry is not the fruit that you would choose to have. Like, would you rather have crisp regular Sprite or cranberry
Right, I'd rather
Sprite?
have a regular Sprite.
Exactly, because in drink form, holiday flavors are not good.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? This is like yesterday when I said there's no bad appetizers.
Yes, you are wrong.
Okay. Well, I guess no one's allowed to talk. Newsflash, Matt. People can have different opinions on holiday drinks. Wyman and Bob coming up next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth. Every Monday at 4 during the NFL season with Wyman and Bob.
I understand the Vikings aren't great, but still.
Their right guard, Fries, he got beat so fast by Big Cat.
Yeah.
And the only thing faster than that sack was Will Fries sticking his hand out to help the quarterback up. I would cut him right there on the spot. I mean, he just turned around and stuck his hand out there like, hey, partner, how you doing? Let me help you up. And I was just like, dude, get out.
On YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Dave Wyman joined by Dr. Daniel Landis. He's on the Swedish CyberKnife team treating prostate cancer. Dr. Landis, how do patients feel about their experience?
Patients overall tell me that their experience was really amazing. They had minimal disruption of their lives. They didn't have to take time off work. And they tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you're diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate.
The Oki Golf Platinum Players Card is $50 off with the Friends and Family Holiday Discount. The best value in golf. Get 7 prepaid rounds, 7 50% off guest passes, and unlimited discounted green fees at every public Oki golf course. Play favorites like the Golf Club at Newcastle, Washington National, and Harbor Point. This is the only time you'll see a deal like this. So whether you're gifting it